seat. Like and subscribe, this is where you wanna be. Cause you know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey y'all, hey, what's going on, people? What's going on? Happy Monday. One of the hardest days of the week. Hard to get up, get moving. How y'all doing? Some of y'all I talked to earlier So y'all already know what we doing over here. How are y'all doing? Thumbs up. Hey, queens, I see you, girl. Thumbs up if y'all can hear my voice. Since it's a smaller crowd, y'all, I can give y'all some shout outs. You know what I'm saying? With 200 to 400 people in here, it's hard to give everybody a shout out. But since we have a number of people in here, I can give y'all personal shout outs. How y'all doing, Livia, Candy Girl, Danae's World, Rashida, Sandra, Tinkers? What's up, girl? Water yourself, Rashida. I see you, R. Hankins. Hey, Keela, Tiffany, Queens, Janet, Melinda. I am Glenn for real. Hey, girl, Lorraine. Who we got? Yolanda, mom of 3. Hey, Lottie. Hey, Steffi, the girl, LaShante. I see y'all, Island Girl, Tamika, Kimberly, Shalandra, Tammy Baby, Nataria, Sherry, Dion. Or did I say that right? Dion, I think I did. Chantisa, Lavette, hey girl, Latanya. Who we got? Nataria, Ruthana, Lisa, Sandra. Hey, Lauren. Sandra, I think. Hey, Lorraine, I see you, girl. Hey, Marley, Lady E, Jessica. Hey, Michelle, Brown Shorty from Brooklyn. Hey, y'all. Hey. Hello, y'all. I don't know if y'all been out there admiring the eclipse. Hey, Jessica, I'm sorry. I missed you, Jessica. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all been out there admiring the eclipse, but I know some of y'all said y'all saw it and some of y'all said y'all didn't. I'm one of the ones that did not see it, okay? Hey, Maron. Did I say that right? Miriam. I think that's how you said Miriam. Hey. She said, I saw it today. Did y'all see it? I did not see it. I walked outside. Maybe I didn't give it a chance, though, to be honest with you. I walked outside. I didn't see it. And I walked right back inside. So I don't know if I missed it. I don't know if it came before I went outside or after I came back inside. But I did not see it. Hey, Tender T. She said, I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it. Did anybody that live in Texas, did y'all see it? Because I did not see it. It was raining. Some people say it got completely dark for about 3 minutes. I did not see it. She said, can't hear anything. You can't hear me, Lauren? You might need to turn your volume up. Can y'all not hear me? Y'all should be able to hear me. She said, I didn't look for it. We didn't see it this way. She said, I was inside working. Shalandra said she didn't even look for it. She said she didn't even look for it. She said, I was driving to work in Michigan. Oh, you was driving to work. Did it get completely dark? Hey, Melinda. Lauren, you may need to turn your volume up, baby. She said she can't hear me. But y'all, I was going to bring y'all 3 stories today. Hey, Candy Girl. I don't know if I said hey to you or not, but hey. But I was going to bring y'all 3 stories. Hey, Octavia. But today I'm just going to do one because this is not going to be a long live. Because the other 2, I just feel like they need their own day. Hey, Tammy, baby. I feel like they need their own day. So I decided not to bunch them together, even though I said I was. She says Texas saw the full eclipse. Missouri only had a partial eclipse. Oh, well, I'm in Texas and I just missed it, y'all. You hear me? She said it got completely dark here in Cleveland. Oh, did it? Wow. Wow. Nataria. So I got a Nataria and a Nataria. Y'all different. Okay, look at the names, y'all. I have a Nataria. And then I have a Nataria. I mean, I guess it's pronounced the damn same, is it? I got a Nataria and a Nataria. Is that how am I saying it wrong? Oh, Nataria and Netaria. So one of them is an N-E, Netaria, and the other one is a, Nataria, and Netaria. Am I saying it right? Anyway, I just find that unique and fascinating. You hear me? She said it looked like evening, not completely dark. Oh, it just looked like it was evening. Okay. She said it's just that one has 2 R's and the other one has 1. Oh, is it? I thought it. Oh, girl, I thought it was 2 T's. She said you said it right the first time. Nateria. So are they pronounced the same? Nateria. Both of them pronounced Nateria. Hey, Dimples. Thank you, Queen. Queen said smash that like button, y'all. Please like my videos. Please like my videos, okay? All right, listen, y'all. Y'all heard about Jonathan Majors was sentenced today for his reckless assault on his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabaria. Okay, we're going to talk about that, okay? That is what we are going to talk about today. Hey, Talonda. Before I get into the story, I just want to thank my members for remaining faithful members and supporting my channel. I absolutely appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to my supporters, my loyal supporters that come back every single night. Every time I hit that live button, y'all are there, baby. You hear me? I really appreciate y'all because guess what? Without you guys, I would not have a channel or I'd just be talking to myself. You feel me? Hey, Riri. So I am so glad that you guys continue to rock with me through all the BS, baby. Hey, Lady Corn. So thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. And I will continue to bring you guys stories. Some of the stories is going to be that I find on my own, but most of them are going to be what you guys send me and tell me that you want to hear about, okay? Hey, Shayna. Hey, Cheryl. Welcome in. Welcome in. And for anybody that's in the bushes, you know you ain't got to be in the bushes no more. You ain't got to be in the bushes no more. So come on out, say hey, grab a seat, pull up, hit the like button, subscribe, and just enjoy the ride, okay? She said, did you play that last bingo last night? I still got one to play, Dimples, after I get off live. Hey, Cookie. So thank you, Candy. She said, we ain't going nowhere. All right, so Jonathan got sentenced today, y'all. Okay, first of all, let me give y'all a little background on our boy Jonathan, okay? I'm just gonna put up some video footage just in case y'all don't know who Jonathan is. Jonathan Majors, okay? Jonathan Majors, he is now dating Megan Good. He is a uprising actor, or he was, right? And he ran into some problems when his ex-girlfriend came out and said that he was abusive toward her, okay? I don't know why the video stopped. Hold on. All right, hold on, y'all. Well, let's just talk about it for a minute. Anyway, so Jonathan Majors was accused. He was under some charges, some assault charges, right? And he had a trial and he was found guilty of reckless assault, okay? And he was found guilty of reckless assault because it was caught on camera, some of the things that were done, okay? And I'm going to play that little short video and let y'all see what was caught on camera, okay? Here we go. It doesn't have sound to it, but it was him. He's running away from his girlfriend. They had a little altercation. So this right here, look at the altercation. So the altercation that they had in that car right there is the reason why the jury found him guilty of third-degree reckless assault, okay? And harassment. And it was all surrounded around the in-car assault and the altercation. So they basically said it was reckless, it was unintentional, but as he was putting her back in the car, she hit her head on the car because he was, you know, kind of roughing her up a little bit. She hit her head as he sat her back in the car. So they charged him for that, okay? He was found guilty. He was found guilty. So today was his sentencing. He was sentenced today. Now, this is what he was sentenced to. Now, the charge was a misdemeanor in the first place, okay? So the 34-year-old Jonathan Majors was sentenced to 52 weeks of batter's intervention program. So basically, that's just anger management, okay? So a year-long in-person anger management. He got to go and sit in a circle and say, hi, my name is Jonathan Majors, and yes, I have anger issues, okay? So he has 52 weeks of in-person counseling okay, that he has to attend. And also he has to continue his mental health therapy, and he has to stay far away from his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Okay. The reason why I wanted to bring this story to y'all, mainly because, okay, yeah, he was sentenced, meaning that, you know, he got probation. He didn't go to jail. Both sides felt that it was not, you know, jail worthy. The prosecutor and the defense thought that it was not jail worthy. So he only got probation. However, what interests me about this story, or should I say the sentencing part, is the ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, okay? She read her impact statement, you know, the victim impact statement, and I'm going to tell you what she says, okay? She wasn't happy about the verdict at all. I believe that she felt that he should have gotten way more than he got, okay? So right before he was sentenced, she read an impact statement, okay? And in her statement, she said that she had become a shell of a woman during their time together. She said his assault essentially left me unable to sleep, unable to eat, and experience a total loss of self-esteem. Okay. She also recounted that when she was with him, she became a different version of herself. She said, I felt small, I felt scared, and very vulnerable. She also further said, he is not sorry. He has yet to accept responsibility, and he will do this again. He will hurt another woman, is what she said, you guys. She said, this man believes that he is above the law, okay? As she gave that statement to the court, different reporters took note that Jonathan's face appeared to twitch. You know how sometimes somebody is talking and they talking, but you ain't looking at them, but your face can tell it all. You understand what I'm saying? So the side of his face start making these jumping, you know, like it began to twitch, meaning that he was mad. You understand what I'm saying? He was mad. He's like, oh, you know, the face twitching or whatever. He's like, oh, I'm holding back what I want to say because I'm in this courtroom, okay? So as she read her victim's impact statement to the judge right before he delivered his sentencing, Major's face appeared to be twitching. He was mad. However, y'all, the judge decided to go against, you know, I would say what Grace wanted. And he said, no jail time. No jail time, okay? No jail time, but probation. And if he violates any of the terms, meaning that if he don't go to his intervention program, if he don't continue his mental health therapy, and if he tries to contact his ex-girlfriend in any way, he will be facing jail time, okay? She said, but he always had those quirky facial expressions. But listen, so this is what I wanted to say about Grace Jabari and her statement, okay? They're no longer together, and it's been said that he left her. She said, how long? He's on probation for a year. Probation for 52 weeks. So once he finished the 52 weeks intervention program, once he finished his mental health therapy, he is no longer, you know, have to worry about this. Yeah, he doesn't want to contact her, JP. You're right, right? Now, y'all may not agree with what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I believe her impact statement with, you know, she's saying how he left her, you know, that's her right? Because she experienced what she experienced, right? However, when she further says he's above the law, he's not sorry, he doesn't accept responsibility, you know, she said all of that or whatever. So clearly she showed her disdain for his reaction toward, you know, her coming out with the assault. I don't know if she wanted him to cry and beg for forgiveness or anything like that, right? You know, here go Tinker says she left her part out. But I don't know if she was expecting him to cry and say, oh, you know, I just want to apologize for everything I've done for her. But clearly through it all, she is definitely upset, okay? She's definitely showing that she does not like what happened. I believe that she really wanted him to have jail time. You understand what I'm saying? So I have a question for y'all. I was reluctant to ask this question, but I am, okay? I am going to ask the question because I want to talk about it, you guys. I want to talk about this. So, brace yourself. Hey, cutesy. Brace yourself. Now, Grace Jabari, when they was together, these things went on while they was together, right? They broke up, and she told on him, basically. She told on him. She told that he assaulted her, that he was, he demeaned her, that he wasn't a good guy. And she played video recordings of him ridiculing her, telling her that he wanted her to be more like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. She revealed all those recordings to prove that he was abusive to her, right? Even though the jury didn't find him guilty for any of that. The jury found him guilty of third-degree assault, and it was based solely off of the video recording that we see here. Let me play it again. Just the video recording of him roughing her up after trying to get away from her in this vehicle. Let me play it right here. It has no sound. Just take a look. It has no sound. She's running behind him. Apparently, he's trying to get away from her. She's grabbing on to him. She's running behind him. Now, let me tell you a little bit. This altercation stemmed from a text message from another woman, okay? She saw a text message from another woman, and she grew angry, and they had an altercation about it, okay? Again, I'm going to play this recording. Again, take note. Hold on one second. Babe. Okay, sorry. My husband was on a call. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. We're starting it over. So the video, she's chasing him. He's running from her. He pushes her a little bit. She keeps running. So now he's trying to put her back into the vehicle. Now, actually, him trying to put her back into the vehicle was before she started chasing him, okay? It was before she started chasing him. Okay, he tried to put her back into the vehicle. And she said, nah, I'm not having that, Joker. I'm coming with you. I'm coming behind you, okay? All right, so anyway, so that's what he was charged with. He was charged with the altercation that happened right outside the car, okay? But during the trial, she brung out messages that I'm going to let you hear now. Hold on.
It's a bizarre rant as actor Jonathan Majors berates his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. Majors is upset that she'd gone out partying.
Do you really know, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan?
So now this is a recording of him berating her and, as the court say, belittling her about coming home drunk, okay? And I'm just giving you a little context behind this because I want to go into something else. Let's go back a little bit.
Go, baby. Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan?
He then tells Jabari that she needs to emulate two iconic women.
Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama.
He basically told her, listen, I need a woman on my arm that's going to act like Coretta Scott King. You know what I mean? That's going to act like Michelle Obama. I don't need a girl on my arm that's going to be going out and getting drunk, hanging out at bars and coming home, skunk drunk, basically.
Obama's wife.
I know, I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
The ex-girlfriend secretly recorded the argument in 2022.
I'm a great man. A great man.
Then he goes on to tell her, I am a great man. Like, you should You should be honored to be with me. I'm the bomb.com, okay? I am a great catch for any woman. I am a great man. And listen, I always had reservations about men that say that they are a great man. You understand what I'm saying? Because your greatness speaks for itself, okay?
Man, I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in.
The defense rested its case without calling Jonathan Majors to the stand, but the actor was seen wiping away tears as his attorney made closing arguments to the jury in which she accused the ex-girlfriend of telling little white lies and also big lies. Anything to say about the video evidence, Jonathan? As the jury deliberates, they will consider this.
Now, I'm going to say, honey, let me tell you, Megan was there from the beginning to the end. You hear me? Megan walked in the courtroom. She stood beside him the entire time, okay? So apparently Megan is seeing a difference than what Grace saw, because Grace, like, you know, he didn't even know these recordings was out there. Grace secretly recorded these to say, listen, he is not a good man. He basically ridiculed me. He treated me like crap. He talked down to me. He lifted himself up like he was all of that or whatever, right? Let's see if there's any more of the tape I want to...
Jaw-dropping surveillance tape where it appears Jabari is pursuing Majors after a physical back and forth in the SUV over a text he received from another woman named Cleopatra. And then the big moment where Majors is accused of pushing her back into the SUV. Next day is when Jabari is found on the floor of the walk-in closet. Majors called cops when he couldn't get inside.
I banged on the door. I've been at the apartment for about 40 minutes now. I couldn't get in. I finally went downstairs and asked the doorman to help us.
Even though you just seen her found on the floor unconscious, he wasn't even charged for that. He was not even charged for that, okay?
They let me in via the handyman.
In the aftermath, cops are seen talking to Majors. They look around the apartment, from the bedroom with the unmade bed to the sprawling living room area. Majors is seen on the phone. Then Jabari surfaces, dressed in a sweatshirt and jeans. She leaves the apartment and is seen making calls on the elevator.
Okay, so like I said, he wasn't even charged with, you know, her being unconscious in the closet or anything like that. He was only charged with reckless third-degree assault and second-degree harassment, and it was due to the in-car assault, okay, and the altercation outside the car. That's what he was charged with, third degree. It is a misdemeanor, okay? But now this is what I want to talk about, you guys, okay? Now, of course, we wasn't there. We don't know what really went down, right? However, Jonathan left her, okay? He broke up with her and he started another relationship with Megan Good, right? Grace Jabari then wanted to try to accuse him of assault. Now, here's the thing. I'm not even saying that this man, that she was not in a DV relationship. I'm not saying that, because apparently she was recording for a reason, okay? We was not there, and we ain't going down that avenue no more of trying to say it happened or it didn't happen, right? But apparently something was going on in that house, okay? So my question is, do you think it's fair that, because if Grace Jabari had Jonathan Majors not left her and started a relationship with another woman, he probably would not be facing the things that he's facing, okay? Again, I'm not saying that he didn't do exactly what she said he did, but my thing is, Grace Jabari wanted to say DV. She wanted to say assault after the breakup, after now he no longer wants to be with her. So my thing is, do you think it's fair that a man had to go through what he has to go through because of the breakup? Because basically, had they not broken up, right? Had they not broken up, we wouldn't have heard of this. This wouldn't be a thing. She wouldn't have came forth with the recordings. She wouldn't have came forth with the accusations, the allegations. So my thing is, do you think it's fair that because now they've broken up and he's moved on, she wants to bring up all how bad he was in the relationship when she was okay with it while she was in the relationship. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm actually going to drop the link for anybody that want to grab on the link and come and have that discussion on the panel. JP says she was recording to set him up. Glenn said it's a normal sentence for a first offender with no record. And after he completes anger management and clears probation, his charges will be removed. Now, mind you, he lost all of his opportunities, all his movie deals that he had in play. He lost them all, okay? He lost them all. He has no offers on the table as of right now, okay? JP said, I have a son. I can't just defend women just because they are women without evidence. Y'all think she would have felt belittled if she said she should act like Prince Katie? You know what? You got a point, Lady E. She felt belittled because he told her to act like a black woman. He told her he want her to act like a black woman. No, she would not. I don't think that she would have felt belittled if he told her to act like Prince Katie. No. She would have been like, okay. But because he told her to act like a black woman, but you know what? To be honest with you, I would have felt offended too. If you told me you want me to act like a white woman, yes, I'm going to be offended too. Would you feel belittled if your black husband tell you he wants you to act like a white woman? Hey, Miss Dimples, how are you?
Hey, love, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful and hope that you are. What you
I'm doing well. Me personally, you being a DV victim, I would never try to say that it didn't happen to her, but
right?
I also know that there are women out there that do, when relationships end or they don't get their way, there's women out there that do make up or decide to record to get back at the man because he don't want to be with them or because they don't want the relationship no more. And so for her to take the charges out on him after she realized he didn't want to be with her anymore and broke up with her, even though we know the phone calls from other women and all that stuff, that's what triggered that argument. But I'm just saying, you got women out there that do that. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? They do that to get back at them for because they can't. They realize the man don't want to be with them. So now I'm going to ruin your life. I'm
yeah,
going to put some charges on you and ruin your life. A
right.
big time. Wasn't he on the what do you
Creed,
call it? The
Creed.
Captain America. What is
Yeah, he was on. It was some show, but he also was on Creed. I remember him from Creed, not Creed, not Creed, not Creed, not Creed, not Creed. It's not Creed.
it's some
Uh,
kind of superhero thing he was on, and they were about to book him again, but because for the second another version of it, but because he gained these charges, they stopped. They didn't put him in. He was supposed
yeah,
to
he
go
was
back
Creed,
and
Ant-Man. He was on Creed, Ant-Man, and something else. Let me see.
yeah,
But
he
I
was.
remember him from Creed 3. Oh, Avengers. Somebody said Avengers. Okay. Yeah,
Avengers, that's the one. And
Avengers.
when these charges came in, he was supposed to go back to do another trilogy to
Yeah,
that
he lost everything.
Avengers.
Right. He lost all offers. They pulled a plug on him. He lost everything. And my thing is, this is the problem I have. Now, I'm not saying that Jonathan Majors didn't do anything, because trust me, I believe he did. I honestly believe, that
Yeah,
he did.
definitely
And the,
something happened.
and the reason why I say that is because there were other text messages. Hey, Ms. White, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. there was other text messages where he said, if you go to the hospital and tell on me, I'm going to get in trouble. And she replied back, I'm not going to tell on you. This is text messages. She said, I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, so I absolutely believe that it happened, right? Because she's put in the text, I'm not going to tell them what really happened. I'm going to tell them I bumped my head. I'm going to tell them I fell and walked into a wall or whatever the case, right? So I believe, but I also believe while she was texting that to him, she was also keeping receipts. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, to say just like she said, I'm not going to tell them what really happened. I'm just going to tell them I walked into a wall. You can't tell me that that wasn't written like that for a reason. I'm not going to tell them what really happened. She's saying, I'm going to use this later on when I need it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell them what really happened. I'm just going to, because I love you and I want us to be together. I'm just going to tell them I walked into a wall. You can't tell me that that was just, she just put that in the text message just because. She knew that one day she may need those text messages. You know, people record for a reason. People record because they know one day they may need that recording. They write text messages because they know one day they need those text messages.
Yeah, but you got to think, even though, like I said, I'm not taking away, something happened. I agree he did something to her. We weren't there. We don't know what they did, what was done, but we know he did something to her to abuse her. Okay?
Exactly.
If it's shoved, if it's punched, if he pushed it, he did something. But the fact that it came after, he didn't go for help when the incidents happened from before that. She bringing up recordings from when certain incidents happened. You didn't bring it up then, but it conveniently comes out after you realize he don't want to be with you no more. That's what I couldn't get. I've been following the story, and that's what bothers me about the whole thing. When you're being abused, you need to tell it right away. You need to get help right away. You need to and she was taking recordings. Obviously, she was trying to do her part to keep record of it. But the bottom line is, why wait until after you realize he don't want to be with you? Now you want to claim abuse. Do it when the incident happened.
Right. And that's why I want to ask, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that, because we do know that some people do wait. Because one of the, somebody told me today, they said, well, Maura, I waited for a long time to come out and discuss, what happened to me. And I get that. And I totally understand that. But I guess I also want to know, should there be a limitation to where if you stay in that relationship, you're going to accept whatever that was done and you're going to move past it, right? But the moment that, so it's almost like you better stay with me or I'm going to tell on your ass, right? Because if you ever listen to me, I'm going to tell everything that you've ever done to me in the relationship. So I'm just wondering, is that okay?
No, me personally, if a man is abusing me and that incident before that, and then we get into another dysfunctional situation where he's got women call him, I would have just left. I wouldn't afford him or trying to run after him or whatever. I would have left. And if he would have then did something toward me, then I would have went and got charges, and reported it. But the bottom line is to do it after you figure out that he don't want to be with you. Now you want to put the charges out there. That's what I don't agree with. That's what I feel is like kind of messed up, and it don't make sense. But I said, I'm not taking away that she's being abused. She was being abused, but you take care of that before, if you want something done. And you're right. I was abused for close to 4 or 5 years with my ex-husband, the military husband that I had, or over 4 or 5 years before I told anybody. You understand? So that happens. I was married. I was with him before being married. We were married 13 years, but
Mhm.
5 years, I didn't tell nobody about it. You
Right.
understand? So I get it. I get it.
And that was
But
5 years after y'all split up.
huh?
It was 5 years after y'all split up, though, right?
Yeah, the abuse didn't happen right away. It happened as the more after we had our third child.
But what I'm saying is, like, once y'all split up, did you bring it up 5 years later, or you bring it up right as y'all split up?
No, I didn't bring no. I left them. I got in my van and packed my kids up and left. I didn't talk about it after that. Now, when I went to therapy, that's when I talked about it.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
got you.
I didn't accuse him of abuse. Oh, you saying when did did I report it to anybody? When did I speak on it? I
Yeah,
spoke
when
on
did
it with like family members and stuff, but I never reported it. I just got away from him. I left.
Mhm. Yeah.
I tell any woman you get in any kind of situation where it's dysfunctional and there's abuse going on, and you got kids. And my grandma used to tell me, stay with them. They need their father. You got boy children, but if I'm not happy, them children ain't gonna be happy.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
understand? And they're going to end up being just like Kim because they're seeing what he's doing. So I left while my sons was young, and they
Yeah.
treat their women good. You
You know,
understand? Because,
right.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
what
I'm
I was gonna
talking
say
too
is,
much.
no. What I was gonna say is, no, I thank you for your input. I do appreciate that. And what I was gonna say is, I'm just wondering, had he not said, I don't want this relationship no more, this is not the woman, this don't fit what I'm looking for in a woman, right? And he
Mhm.
broke up with her and he got with Megan Good, which is another, actress that has done very well for herself, a well put together,
Mhm.
nice looking black woman. I wonder, did some of the bitterness, not saying that she didn't go through what she went through, let me just make sure I say that, but I'm wondering, did a lot of bitterness against him come from his choice of woman? It's almost like, oh, you're going to leave me and you're going to go to this well-known actress, this beautiful, well-known actress,
Mhm.
black woman. Oh, no, I'm about to tell everything you did in the 2 years. They was only together for 2 years, y'all. In the 2 years that we was together, I'm telling everything, right? I'm just wondering, did
Yeah.
it have anything to do with it?
I,
But
I,
I'm
I'm
also
I'm
wondering,
on that trail with you,
yeah, and I'm
Amora. I believe that had a lot to do with it too, because isn't she a Caucasian woman?
yeah, she's a white lady,
Is she
white.
Caucasian?
She is.
Okay. And didn't he state in recordings, why can't you be like Coretta and
Yes, yeah,
Michelle Obama? And then he
absolutely.
leaves her to go to a well-known black actress.
Yep.
You know,
Well
that
put
would get
together.
up under anybody's skin.
Oh yeah,
Personally,
that's
I,
why I
I
said
would be pissed.
it would have definitely upset me too. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because I said
And
that,
she's been there every day of court day with him. That
yeah, she's been right
Megan
by his
been
side.
with him from the beginning. I said,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Kimberly said everyone process things differently. Some don't understand what happened until they leave. Yeah, that's true. Some don't know what happened until they leave. She said we
I
suffer in
agree, Kimberly. I agree. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
said,
So
unless there were other times and those were not brought up. Now, here's the thing. It was a lot brought up in court, right? That the jury, and in my opinion, I feel that was credible, right? Because, it was the text messages that said, oh, I'm not going to say you did anything. I'm just going to say I walked into a wall, and he's like, don't go to the hospital, because if you go to the hospital, then they're going to know what's going on and they're going to investigate. And she was like, okay, well, I'm just going to lay down and I'm going to try one more night. But if the pain is too overbearing, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. Now, all of this is in text messages. All of this is in text messages. So you would think that the jury would look at that and be like, this guy
yeah.
is abusive. They threw all of that out. They threw all of that out, basically. And what I mean by threw it out, he wasn't charged for any of that. He was
Wow.
only charged for the reckless third-degree assault and second-degree harassment, and it was stemmed around the car altercation that was caught on camera.
That them text
On video.
messages were very, very clear that there was something happening. Okay. And for it to not be looked at far as what he did, that's crazy to me. Wow.
And also
Wow.
he admitted to having mental health issues, and he even said in the text message that he was contemplating on taking his life. And they still, you know, they, of course, they ordered him to mental health counseling, but they still did not, you know, find him guilty of anything other than the altercation in the car.
Wow.
You know, but JB
Well, I
said,
know God up somebody looking out for him up there. Somebody looking out for him. Because
but
those
he
text
still,
messages,
but
those
even though
text
he only got charged with a misdemeanor and he has probation, he still lost quite a bit. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was
yes,
a
he had.
thriving actor. He was about to get all type of roles. Marvel dropped him. Everybody that he had some potential of greatness with, they dropped him. They said, no, we want out. Now I don't know if they'll come back, you know, and pick him back up. I doubt it, you know, for a while. You
He's
know,
stained. His image is stained right now. So I don't know. I pray that he can get back on track because he just was starting to get out there and get his name out there in the movies. And it's a shame, but you got to be in control of your actions and be careful of the people that you're dealing with too. And if you see things are going too far, you need to walk away.
but I do agree that he does need this 52 weeks of anger management and mental health counseling. And this is what
Definitely.
I was saying that I felt like she should have done. If she wasn't bitter about the breakup, right? And if she wasn't bitter about the end of the relationship, I feel, of course, I can't speak for her, but if it was me, I would have been like, you know what? I'm glad that he got ordered, right? Ordered to thank you, hey, thank you, Amber. Amber said, dropping by to show you some love. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button. But if I was her, I would have been like, you know what? I'm glad that he was ordered to 52-week long of counseling, a year of counseling, and the anger management intervention program. And I hope that he become a better man and treat the next woman better than he treats me. Now that's what I would have said, right? But the fact that she's
Oh
like,
yeah.
he's not sorry. He made me feel small. You know, I was scared. I was vulnerable. He did not take responsibility, and he will do this again. She said he will hurt another woman. The fact that she's going on like that tells me that she is still bothered. She's bothered that he didn't get more than what he got.
Yeah.
You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The
She
relationship is
wanted
over.
she wanted him to get more than what he got. And I
She
would
wants
have thought with
help.
those text messages was very clear that he did something majorly wrong to her. And the fact that they went off just the street video from the street, that was I don't
Yeah, they
understand it because those text messages was clear that something happened and it was something he didn't want to get out.
right.
He didn't want that to get out. Her going to the hospital or none of that. Him telling her that showed there was some stuff there. And nobody can make up something like that. Come on now. So
Yeah.
I agree that something happened, but it's a shame that it came out after she realized he didn't want to be with her. If something really happened to her, she should have reported it early. But we all do things in different times. You can't knock nobody for how they do things or how they react far as abuse, you know. That's
Right.
a sensitive thing.
So they said that she never filed a police report on the other incidents that
I
she
know
alleged. So I wonder why they even allowed the text messages to be in court if she never filed. You know, I guess they used
right,
the
it
text message to go against his character, maybe to say what type of person he is.
must be,
You know.
must be, must be for a case character, yeah. But for them to use that and don't and she doesn't have no police reports or no kind of hospital reports of proof of abuse, that's that's probably
Yeah.
why they went the other way and just gave him anger management, because they did hear the recordings of how he spoke to her, and it sounds like really aggressive, so maybe that's why they just gave him the anger management thing, because there's no police reports or no hospital stuff. You know,
Do
it
you
makes
feel
it
that
hard
she
for
should
them
have?
to take the case.
Do you feel that she should have been ordered, even though the case was against him? Do you think that she should have been ordered to therapy too? Because I think that these judges should order the woman to some type of psychotherapy too. Not saying it's her fault, but she's damaged now because if he did what she say he
Yep,
did, right? She is damaged as well, and she needs therapy to continue on, so she won't harbor
I,
bitterness or whatever, or hurt or disdain in her heart in another relationship. She should be ordered to therapy as well. What do y'all think about that? And somebody said
I
that, did
think
any of his
any
other dates
woman that goes,
nope. He's never been charged. He's never had
I,
any allegations or any other charges brought against him.
I think that any woman that suffers physical, mental, financial, whatever it is, when you deal with something like that, you definitely need to go to therapy. And that's what helped me, because I almost had a breakdown. I had to be in therapy. My kids, I took them for as family therapy. You have to, and I think that the judge should have ordered. That's my opinion too. That she should have
Yeah.
been ordered also for therapy. It's not her fault, but she
Yeah, I think your phone is going out. But yeah, I don't know. She wasn't on trial, but I do believe that she probably, she probably, even if she wasn't ordered, she should do it anyway.
she
Your
needs the what she went through.
Yeah, your thing is going in and out. I don't know if it's because you're in a
Yeah,
bad
I don't
area.
know what's going on. I'm a drop down. I'm enjoying the topic, and as always, it's lovely to be on your
But thank you, Miss Dimples. I do.
down in the chat. It's a
Okay.
distraction from the stress, because I'm supposed to be moving Wednesday, and I'm still waiting for the help from my family. So
Okay.
I got to be out of here Wednesday. But I'm enjoying the chat. I'm enjoying the topic. It's something to distract my mind from being stressed. You take care. God bless.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Dimples. Appreciate you. Okay, so Tinker said, I honestly don't believe that a person that had an isolated incident should be considered an abuser. Oh, I don't know. What do you think? What do y'all think about that? I don't know about that one, Tinkers. So basically, she's saying if it happened one time, they shouldn't be considered an abuser. What say you? What do y'all think about that one? What do y'all think about that one? I don't know. That's a good one, because you know what? Because I think that okay, so basically you're saying if a man or a woman cheat, they shouldn't be considered a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you get away with something the first time, I feel like it may happen again. That's just how I look at it. So you think that because it's an isolated incident, they shouldn't be labeled. What do y'all think about that? Lauren said, I don't agree. Okay, Lauren, explain what you agree or don't agree with. Hey, JP, how you doing?
Hey, Amora.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Okay. So I just wanted to say that I believe that a lot of people base their what they believe about abuse or if it happened or not is based on their own life experiences. And what I've noticed is that a lot of people, as soon as a woman say that they've been abused, then the woman will say, "Well, I believe her because my abuser did that to me, or my abuser said this to me." So they're basing their own feelings in their own life in just believing everything. And the same vice versa. In my case, my brother was falsely accused. He had won a custody battle with his ex-wife. And before the handoff, before the child was supposed to be given to him, his ex-wife called him and said, "She wants to see you at the park. Meet me at the park." He leaves my house. I tell him, "Don't go meet her at the park because you get the baby next week anyway." So the next time I saw my brother, he was in jail with a newspaper article saying that he tried to run over her and the child with a vehicle. She set him up.
Oh,
So
wow. Because of the meetup?
yeah, she brought him. It wasn't true. She
Right.
set him up, and the thing about it is, women can be manipulative. Like if I wanted to manipulate a conversation that I know that I'm setting someone up in, I can say, "Yes, please don't hurt me anymore," and different things like that to make things look like they're going in a certain direction.
So do you think some of her text messages, Grace Jabari, do you think some of her text messages was for a setup?
Definitely.
Okay.
I think that it was a toxic relationship. He's definitely a narcissist and arrogant, and he was mentally abusive because she wasn't the right woman for him. He wanted the trophy white woman that a lot of men want when they reach a certain level of success, but he wanted them to behave like Megan Good. So he wanted Megan Good in that white woman, and he wasn't able to get both.
Ooh, yes, I believe that too. I believe that too. So you believe that so he was abusive, whether it was physically or emotional, he was abusive because he talked down on her. He
Right.
was a narcissist, he was arrogant. I agree with you, all that or whatever. And so now let me ask you this, Jay. Your name is JP, right? So let
Yeah.
me ask you this. Do you think that she ever would have came forward and said anything about the abuse had he not left her?
Absolutely not. But she was stockpiling information for when she knew that her time was coming from some of the things that he was saying. Plus, he may have been tired of her behavior and letting her know that constantly.
Yeah. Now, as far as her drinking, because I'm pretty sure you heard that she went to the club and got drunk and stuff like that or whatever. Now, would you say that was because of the abuse? That's just who she is.
She probably was a fun girl.
She was a fun girl. I like the way you put that. She was a fun girl, and
Yeah.
that's not what he was looking for. He didn't like that. He thought it was a bad look for his image. That's why he said, "I'm such a great guy. I'm what women want. I'm the stand-up guy, and you're embarrassing me, so to speak." That's because basically that's what he said.
Yeah, he wasn't looking in the mirror. He was going
Yeah,
because he
he was
wasn't
going.
looking at
He was based off his success. Is that what you're
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, he thought the dollars made him look better.
Yeah, I will say him playing in Creed, he looked a whole lot better than he did going in and out of that courtroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he looks fat. He looks pitiful, but hopefully he'll learn from his narcissism as well. He probably needed to be humbled too. First of all, from going to pick what he thought was a trophy when that wasn't even what he wanted from his heart,
Right.
because of his success. And secondly, the arrogance. He probably is being humble now.
Yeah, because he lost everything pretty
Yeah.
much. He has to start over. He's gonna have to wait, I think, some years to be able to get back on track. Now, let me ask you this. Now, you put yourself in Grace Jabari's shoes. You're the ex-girlfriend. Would your impact statement, like, would you have wanted him to go to jail, to see him in jail, or would you have just said, you know what, whatever punishment you give him, Your Honor, I just hope it helps him become a better man?
If
What?
I really if I really felt abused, my impact statement would say that I just think that he deserved more. She may have felt really beat down because I have been emotionally abused before. And that, that does mess you up. She knows how arrogant and things like that he is.
Mhm.
So she might not like the softball sentence that he received.
Mhm.
Uh, or she may just be bitter and, just upset because things didn't play out the way that she wanted them to.
Yeah. Now, do you think, because now, don't get offended, audience, by me about to ask this question. Do you think that because she was a white woman, she felt like more should have happened, or she felt like it would have happened because she was white?
Oh, definitely. I mean, who I wouldn't come forward after I know that I chased this man on camera. I mean, and he legit was running. I don't think he's been beating her in the face. I just don't think a man that's been really beating someone would run that fast. She didn't have a weapon in her hand.
Right. Right, right. Yeah, because he did run across the street. And yeah, I agree with you. And I think I do believe that she's bitter, because I believe that the statement of saying he will hurt another woman. My thing is, how does she know that? How does she know what he will and won't do? I just feel like that was a strong accusation. He will do this again. Like, why do you think that she put that out there?
Just mad and defeated. In front of the whole world, everyone got to see that she may be lying. Like the most people are not really believing her.
Yeah.
So she had to continue to just play the complete parts.
And she and in her statement, she said, she said, I was vulnerable and I was small, I was scared, and I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I totally lost my self-esteem. She said, I was unable to sleep, I was unable to eat, and I experienced a loss of self-esteem. Should that be, because they was only together for 2 years, should that be his fault?
No, because at the end of the day, if I'm dating someone who's arrogant and obnoxious and all those things that I saw in him, if I allowed him to continue to mentally and verbally abuse me without leaving, is it right for him to abuse? No, it's not. But also, I'm able to leave. So, no, he's not responsible for how emotionally bad she feels.
Right. Yeah, I thought that her saying that in an impact statement, like, he made me feel like this, and he made me feel like that, and he made me feel like that. I also believe that as a woman, a person, period, you're in control of your emotions, right? So because because obviously, she chose to feel that way, should that be his fault? Should he get punished for how she say he made her feel?
No, just karma should punish him, and that's it. And then she has to get her own counseling for how bad that he was able to make her feel, in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, Tinkers, welcome to the stage. What you got, honey?
Hey, boo, I just want to say both of them crazy, because there is no way that a man is going to tell me, and I'm a Caucasian woman, and you tell me that I need to present as a Black woman. That's the first red flag. If that's, how they started their relationship, that was just crazy. And for her to stick around for something like that, because no man is going to tell me I need to act like another woman, regardless of race. You're not going to tell me that I need to act like another woman and I'm going to stick around. Then you need to go and be with that woman if that's what you want.
Exactly. Yeah.
And this thing about now, I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess from the text messages, if those are in fact legit text messages.
He didn't deny them.
Well, okay. Well, if she was abused, again, that's indicative of another issue, because it wasn't like she didn't have a way to leave.
Right. But
She
he's an
had
actor.
an
He's
out,
gonna
and
make
she
all this
chose
money.
not
Why
to.
would she
In
leave?
fact, she chose to stay and begged him when he was trying to when he was trying to leave, when he was trying to break up. You begged a man to stay. That doesn't scream victim to me.
That's not necessarily true, Tinkers. That's not necessarily true, because you don't think that you can be a victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still want to be with your abuser. It happens every day. You can see, no. Listen. Okay, so like, just say if you're married. Now I know they wasn't married, but let's just say if you were married and your husband abused you, let's just say verbal right now. Let's just say verbal right now. And you want him to do better. And he had his high profile job. He making money, honey. He taking care of the household. Okay. And he threatens you. I'm leaving. You're not what I want. You're not acting the part. You understand what I'm saying? I want a woman to act like this, that, and the third. You don't think that you'll try to act like that or whatever to keep him and beg him to stay? Come on.
Girl, let me tell you something. I am never into a man like that. The first time you tell me you don't want to be with me, it's a wrap.
But that is not how most people think. Right, JP?
Okay.
They don't like rejection. So if you tell somebody, I don't want to be with you, they are going to be like, why? What did I do? What do I need to change? Everybody ain't like you.
Oh, no, ma'am. That's a weak person. That's a weak mindset.
Well, come on now. You know that there's a lot of us have operated with a weak mindset.
I know I definitely have gotten back at someone in some of the worst ways. I didn't try to send them to jail, but my mindset said get back, and it wasn't a good thing. So a lot of women are not operating on mature emotions.
Everybody saying, I'm with you, so I'm out.
What yourself said, leaving an abuser is not easy.
You got to think.
Listen, I get that. I completely get it. I have never been in a situation where I was abused. I do believe that I was my naivete was taken advantage of, but I've never been in a position where I was abused, and certainly nobody has ever put their damn hands on me, because I just got a different type of personality. And one of us gonna walk out on the stretcher, the other one going to jail, because I'm gonna make you fucking kill me. You ever put your hands on me? Sorry for cussing on your panel.
Listen to this.
But I'm just not built that way. And please believe, I grew up in a situation. I watched my mom being abused, and I know it's not easy to walk away, but those are situations where usually the abuser is holding the person hostage, like threatening them, telling them, if you leave, I'm going to do this. I'm going to kill you, or I'm going to kill your family, or I'll kill everybody in the house. So they make them feel like they have no out. I don't think that was this situation. I just don't believe that. And again, the man tried to break up with her, and she begged him to stay. That's just weird. She needs some therapy. He does too. Don't get me wrong. But she needs some therapy, because there's just no way that you should ever, let me not say that. There's no way that I would stay in a situation like that and a man told me he didn't want to be with me.
Well, let me say this. So, he was with his girl, Grace, from 21 to 23. So that's 2 years. 2023 is when the accusations and everything happened. So now he's already with Megan Good. She's coming to court with him every single day. Mm-hmm. That wouldn't piss you off that immediately after you dump me, you get with someone else?
That would piss any woman off.
I feel like the charges that she brought against him were vindictive. That's how I feel about it. She was mad because the man moved on, and he moved on quickly, and he's not pining after her. He's not, begging her for a relationship. The whole relationship was just dysfunctional.
Yeah. So do you think that she should get a civil suit? Because I see in the audience you guys saying, oh, a civil suit coming next. Civil suit coming next. Civil suit coming next.
That's definitely coming. They always come for the money.
Yeah, they always come for the money. And they're even though the punishment was minute, in the grand scheme of things, but they always come for the money. I don't know how much she's gonna get from him.
And let me tell you something. So somebody said, how old is she? She's 31 and he's 34. Let me tell you, I believe the reason why the Marvel and the other endorsements dropped him is because they know she coming for that money. And if he had ties with Marvel or any of the other people, they would have went after them. They would have went after Marvel. They would have went after whatever other deals that he had. And I believe that is the reason why they broke ties with him, because they know it's coming. What do you think?
Say it again now.
I believe the reason why he lost all of the opportunity that was on the table that he had is because they know that she's coming with the civil suit, and she would have came after them as well. Meaning, like if Marvel would have kept him on, she could have come after Marvel, right?
Marvel had no liability. That's his employer. That's like a soldier beating on his wife and somebody trying to sue the government.
No, that's
they can't come after the.
Well, actually, people are suing some of Diddy's companies as well, companies that he employed. They can come after other people in liability suits. Like if I get sued as a nurse for a mistake that I make, my company can be sued too. So it's a lot of different ways that you can sue different people that they're linked to, depending on who has the money.
That's what I heard.
But his name has to be on the money. He has to be attached to the money, and he's not attached to the money. They just gave him a job.
They can sue him and say he was working under contract by you when this happened. Different things. They can find different ways to get loopholes. They always do.
That was never gonna fly. That was never gonna fly. They just gave him a job.
So you don't think that she could have somehow
unless it happened, like if he abused her on set or something like that, it has to be attached some kind of way. But if that happened at home, that has nothing to do with the company that he works for.
But okay, so they may not have been able to come after them like for money. But you don't think that, okay, like a basketball team, you know, when a person is on a basketball team, they try to suspend them or get rid of them because they don't want their name,
their brand attached to it. That's why they let him go.
And that's why I think that Marvel let him go, because they didn't want to have.
They didn't want their brand attached to
his
abuse. Yeah.
When this is all over, do you guys think that he has a chance at getting good jobs again, maybe later?
Somebody said it. I read it was a newscaster. They said in about 10 years.
Oh my God!
It's gonna take about 10 years for all this stuff to blow over, like it did Chris Brown. Look what happened with Chris Brown.
Chris Brown still suffering.
He still, you know, because he built a brand. He makes his own money, so he doesn't need, you know, the machine to back him, because he has a talent that's undeniable and that can continue to make make him money. But as far as this situation with Jonathan Majors, yeah, I think it's just like Will Smith. I think it's going to be a long time before he get anything substantial. I think we're going to be seeing, if we see him again, he's going to be on Tubi or Hulu.
Even if it was reckless, because they said it was unintentional assault. That carries a long way. Unintentional. Okay, I tried to put her back in the car and she bumped her head. So yeah, I was charged with a misdemeanor, unintentional assault.
That's a real lightweight charge right there.
Yeah, it's third degree. Like, I mean, assault is assault, but it was unintentional. It was reckless, meaning that
it was an accident.
Yeah. I accidentally assaulted her, basically is what they're saying.
Can I ask you guys a question? What if that was Megan Good? What if he was already dating Megan Good before she was out the picture? Because Megan Good came on really quick, didn't she?
She did. I feel like it was I felt like she was a beard to to cover for him real quick.
I actually think he likes her though. You know, I mean, she's well put together. But JP, you asked a good question. This wouldn't even be a damn thing. They would have been like, they just got into an altercation in the car. I promise you, she would not have been able to charge him with assault had he already been with Megan Good when this happened. I'm telling you, Megan Good would not have been able to, come on, Tinkers. Would Megan Good have been able to say he assaulted me just because they had a car altercation? They would have threw that shit out the court so fast.
Yeah, because a pattern wouldn't have been a pattern wouldn't have been established if he was with Megan Good, because she hasn't made any claims. So I don't think it would have went anywhere. I mean, honestly, it really didn't go anywhere. I think the judge, I think the court saw what was going on. She was just mad. And, that's I really feel like that's why they gave him a slap on the wrist.
Did you guys see those videos where she was dancing on the bar and stuff that night?
Yeah, she was drunk.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on.
Yeah, she said she was drunk. She said she had to go drown out. But I don't know if she was already a substance abuser or did she become one after the abuse, because I've heard that sometimes abuse can lead you to that, or it could have been the other way around. She probably was already an abuser before he got with her.
So Kimberly said that Chris Brown is still getting turned down for major television and movie opportunities, which I agree. But because he has a talent and he already had money, like he can fund his own projects, which he has been doing. And he's been getting, booking his own concerts and stuff. So even though he's missing out on those opportunities, it still hasn't stopped Chris Brown's bag. He's still making money.
Charged $1,000 for a picture with him, honey. He had a line waiting for women to pay him $1,000 for a picture. Okay?
Chris Brown is making money, baby. I mean, if they pay it, that's good for them. But I wouldn't do it.
Now, do you think because he's with Megan that the industry will be quick to accept him back in?
I think that helps him.
Nobody in the industry. I mean, she only does like certain roles. She's what they call it. She's a typecasted.
But you say she's not nobody in the industry.
You haven't seen her in any phenomenal roles. Like, oh, wow.
I disagree. I think that Megan Good is well respected in within the Black community, and she carries herself well, and a lot of people look up to her, and she has a clean image. I think she helps him a lot right now.
I agree, but what I'm saying, her name in the industry does not carry any weight. Maybe in Black Hollywood, but in Hollywood, her name is not carrying any weight. And if you look at all of the roles that she plays, they're all basically the same.
No, I disagree, Tinkers. Megan Good is, Megan Good is, I think she's a big name. Y'all don't think Megan Good is a big name?
She's a huge name and a clean image. One of the best images out there, too.
Yeah, they said Megan Good is Hollywood sweetheart.
So how come we don't see her get bigger roles?
You said what now?
Why is it that we don't see her get bigger roles? Why is it that we don't see her get roles with range where we can really see like her acting chops? I love Megan. Listen, I love Megan. I think all the things that Miss J just said, I agree with. She is a sweetheart. However, her name is not ringing any bells in Hollywood, and that's just the truth.
Do we know for a fact that she wants big roles? The reason I say that is because while she was the preacher's wife, she wasn't even acting that much at all. She said that she was laying off of it. Regina King said that her all of the years that she's been acting, she made sure that she could be home with her child Monday through Friday. So she chose roles where she could be home with her child. So do we necessarily know what Megan Good is looking for?
Regardless of what she's looking for, her name is not ringing bells in Hollywood. And just like Lauren Vibe just said, she's loved, but she doesn't have any power, and she doesn't.
Well, and something else I just looked at, y'all. I mean, it may not mean nothing.
Look at Taraji. Somebody just said it. Look at Taraji.
Yeah, look at Taraji.
She gets bigger roles.
Taraji's loved, but she, she's mistreated when it comes to pay.
When it comes to pay, yeah, that's my point. Like yeah.
But guess what? It's something bigger. So I just looked it up, and so Megan is good. Megan is 42 and he's 34, so she's 8 years older than him. Now that may not mean a lot to a lot of people, and I know in the industry they do their thing or whatever. But what you think? Her having 8 years over him? Think he might get tired of that? Or he looking for that mommy dearest or something? What do you think?
I hope that he's not using her.
I'm not completely convinced. I'm not convinced that that's a real relationship.
What?
I think they're acting, honestly.
Nah, she been there. Are you kidding me right now?
I hope that he's not using her.
I think they're using each other. Honestly, I mean that's my opinion. I don't know. I'm not in those people's relationship. Just from the outside looking in, I felt like it happened so fast that he needed somebody to come in and be his Coretta for an image, to present to the world like, hey, I'm not this person that the other young lady painted him out to be.
So do you think that we're going to be hearing Megan's story in a couple of years is what you're saying?
No, I feel like it's a job. I think she took a job.
Oh my goodness. You really do believe that?
I don't think the relationship is genuine. I don't think it's real. Mm-mm.
We will not hear Megan's story. Megan, stay out of the drama.
Lauren's vibe said drop the link.
Oh Lord, here come Lauren, honey. Lauren is from the Caribbean, baby. She about to come and tell it, put it on the floor. She like,
yes, ma'am, Rashida. She is definitely a prop.
Y'all think that Megan is a prop? Oh my God. But it happens. Hey, they said Kevin Hart is a prop,
Yeah.
They said,
what you mean Kevin Hart is a prop?
Listen, Cat Williams said, tell me one time you ever heard of him being in a local comedy show and it sold out. He ain't start there. He started in the industry. No.
They didn't say prop. They said
prop.
industry plant.
Yeah, he a plant. I'm sorry, it's different.
Yeah.
He was a plant. They planted him and Tiffany Haddish. They plants.
I believe
just feel
it.
like in that relationship, I just feel like they're acting. That's it. I feel like she took a job.
Oh, they took a job to be his girl and to all this shit.
I feel like she was hired. Jonathan hired her. Yeah.
Y'all think that she was a prop?
I wonder, is he over there talking about this high commodity stuff with her? I'm the kind of man you want to be with and all that BS he was talking to the other woman.
No, he said
Queen Sloan said she's more pretty than that other woman.
He is not saying I'm the man to her. She probably is like, Ninja, please go sit your ass down somewhere.
Your unemployed self.
I do not believe that he over there hollering some I'm the man.
I don't think so either.
You think he'll tell her, I need you to act like Michelle Obama? She'll probably look at him and be like, look, if you want to be with Michelle, then you go be with Michelle.
Yeah, he was messing with that white woman. He was all in her head.
I think Megan has kept a clean image intentionally. And I looked at this interview that Nick Cannon did with Jason Lee. And they talked about Megan Good. And, they were talking about who they smashed or if they would smash, right? Smash or pass. And so he brought up Megan's name and he's like, we used to date as teenagers and yeah, Megan put me on, blah, blah, blah. But he was like, nah, Megan's Megan is not the one. She is not the one or the two. She don't play them games. So I don't think Jonathan Majors would be doing to her what he did to the other woman.
Hey y'all.
Hey Lauren, come talk about it, girl.
Look, I'm having internet issues, so let me know if I'm breaking up, okay? But I agree with some of the stuff that Tinkers is saying. First of all, y'all, Megan Good is loved, but let's be real, she doesn't have power. If we look at what's going on in that industry right now, we know that Megan can't walk herself into a lot of positions, right? So no, Megan, I think he's hired her too. I don't think it's a real relationship. I think I never thought it was a real relationship. I think she, it looks good for him to have her.
These days?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Look at Will and Jada. Look at Will and Jada. Look at them.
Look,
that is not a hired relationship.
They're not hired, but they said that they're staying together for their image. They stayed together for their image.
Okay.
Let me ask, whatever they want to do.
Can I ask a question to you? What Black women in Hollywood has power if Taraji doesn't?
Regina King.
Oprah.
Oprah.
I don't think Regina. You think Regina? I don't think Regina has no more power than Taraji.
I don't think Regina King does either. I don't think she does. But I think like an Oprah. But I mean, those Black actresses. That's what we've been seeing over the last few months, right? They're talking about. They don't have power.
You named one person. What I'm saying is, a lot of Black women don't have power in Hollywood.
Exactly. They don't. So we can't say that Megan can't walk him into
about Black men.
Yep.
More
I mean,
black men have power than black women. Denzel
but
has power. Morris
Denzel,
Chestnut has power.
Will Smith has power.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut has power.
Now
Man,
I
I don't
don't
know
think
about
when
Morris
when's the last
Chestnut,
time you
but
saw him in anything? He's been typecasted too. When you see him, he's in the same type of roles. They're typecasted.
I don't look at Morris as having no power.
Nah.
but Will Smith, Denzel,
And Will Smith
um,
doesn't have any more. He doesn't have it anymore.
Will Smith is filming Bad Boys right now.
Now I do think
but
Will Smith.
I think he
But
hasn't lost any
that's
They
power.
might be upset with him right now, but he has power.
But he
Come
still
on.
Yes,
has
he
power.
does.
He hasn't lost his power.
Denzel
Yep.
Washington has power. Will Smith has
Yep.
power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tyler Perry has power.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes,
Samuel L.
Samuel.
Jackson has power. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do
Yep.
think Will Smith has power. Will Smith
And
can make
even
some shit move.
Okay, what do y'all see as power?
He can make some shit move. If he say,
yeah,
I don't want this
he
person,
can make a phone call. He can make a
he can
phone
make a
call.
phone call.
Yep.
He can
He
make
can make
Yep.
a
He
phone
can make a
call
phone
and stop
call.
your whole career.
Yes,
Yep. He can
I
make a
believe
phone
that.
call. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But let's go back to his ex-girlfriend, right? I mean, I think the reason why um Marvel and everyone started to move away from him is when those recordings came out. Because those recordings are very powerful.
They are.
I mean, she might be a manipulative person, but come on, y'all. How many text messages or voicemail messages do you need that says, okay, I'm not going to, I'm not gonna get treatment today. I'll just wait. I won't say that this or that happened, right? Because she can probably prove that she went to the hospital or wherever she was getting treatment. But I think once those recordings came out or those text messages came out, that's when they started to move away from him, because then you become a liability. I don't know if those companies can be sued, but you do become a liability, right? Because it looks bad if you keep him on, because then that says a lot about the character of the organization.
Right.
So
let me ask
yep.
you this, Lauren. So we I think we all agree that he something did happen, right? We know, we're not even saying if he abused her or not. But what do you think now? Do you think that she would have, had he stayed with her, would we have heard any of this?
No, we would not have. I think she would have stayed with him and she would have kept quiet again, so she would have kept doing what she's been doing. She would have kept quiet again about it and not said anything. So we would not have heard about it. But she's definitely bitter. Do I blame her? I was bitter when I left my marriage, right? And when Tikers was saying, most people won't stay, I consider myself a very type A personality, very strong woman. And I didn't walk away immediately when I was in my abusive relationship. It didn't get physical. When I saw that it was going to get physical, that's when I did leave. I left when I saw that it was about to get physical, because I'm like, somebody's gonna die and it's not gonna be me. I'm a fight. I'm a fight.
Okay.
But right, but not everyone walks away. I mean, I had my own money. He had his own money, but I still didn't walk away immediately from the relationship, because you think that it's gonna get better. I mean, it depends on how invested you are in the relationship. For her, I think if he had not left her, if it didn't blow up the way it blew up, and if it didn't play out the way it did in the indesty, she would have stayed.
Do you think that
And she would not have said anything.
Do you think that she was collecting receipts because she kind of knew it wasn't going to last?
That's hard to say. That's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know if when she was texting him that information, whether or not she was intentionally collecting receipts, or if these were real conversations that they were having about, well, no, don't go to the hospital, because if you do, XYZ can happen to you. So I don't. It's hard to say, and I don't want to judge any woman that's in that situation, because every single situation is different. Every single situation is different, and so I don't know why she did what she did. I don't know why he reacted the way he reacted. So it's hard to speak on anyone's relationship and as to why they reacted or did what they did when they were in it. And that's why I can't ever say, well, dang, why couldn't she just leave? It's like saying, if someone is obese, right? Well, dang, why can't you just be skinny? Why can't you just stop eating? It's not that easy. Everyone is different, and our mental capacity, whether or not you are a boss lady or you're a very, shy person, everyone reacts differently to their situation. So it's hard to say why but the bottom line is she does have receipts. And that's why I don't think Megan is with him for real, because why would Megan want to be with someone who has done all of this, right? Like she's heard the recording, she's seen the text messages, she's heard the evidence. Why is she with him?
Let me ask
That's
you
why I
this.
think she was hired too, like Tinkers.
Do you think that a woman or man has the potential to bring out the best or the worst in you?
Absolutely.
So do you think that, you know, because we haven't heard of him doing this with any other girlfriend, right? So do you think maybe Grace Jabari brought out the wrong side of him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's probably both ways, right? She probably brought the worst side of him, and he brought the worst side of her, and that's how you get into a toxic relationship. So yes.
So Tinkers, is that why you said that you wouldn't say it's abuse if it was just an isolate, like if it just happened in that relationship or it just happened one time, you wouldn't say it's abuse?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it. And then I say this because of circumstances, right? So let me share just a little bit about my upbringing. So my mom had me young. So my uncles and aunts are like my brothers and sisters. And we all grew up together. So I watched my uncles, you know, they were womanizers, and, you know, they would try to get me in on their stuff. Hey, tell so-and-so I'm not here. And I just never been of that. Like, I don't like people to do other people dirty. So I'd be like, he said he ain't here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not supposed to have your bullshit. So, but you know, they would have all these different women rotating them in and out. And I looked at that situation, right? And I was like, I would never be that woman. And they would have women fighting over them. I always said I would never be that woman. I'm never going to fight over a man.
Right.
And I'm never going to be in a situation where I'm going to put my hands on somebody. I mean, allow them to put their hands on me. But I have watched my uncles be attacked by their girlfriends because they're mad. And my uncles have had to put them down. So I just believe in this. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. Oh, sorry, y'all. Keep your hands to yourself, men and women, and there's no problem. And sometimes, you know, I have a son, so I get it. And I tell my son, listen, you know, don't ever let no woman put her hands on you. But you also don't put your hands on a woman. Now, you do enough to subdue her and call the police.
I want to go back to one thing. Okay, so now I'm just gonna say this. Now, we all say Megan is, you know, she's a fairly from what Megan, we think Megan is a good girl, right? She's a good woman, right? My thing is, why would she take a job in being a so-called abuser woman? Do you think that she would be that she'll get that low? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, it's weird. When I saw that she started dating him, the whole thing is just weird to me. It doesn't make sense to me that she would go from her ex-husband to now this guy. I mean, Absolutely. So I really don't know what it is, but it's something's up with I don't know what it is.
It could be that they were friends and she's protecting she's helping a friend.
Yep, it could be that as well. Yep. But Megan can't make a phone call to say, hey, you know, allow him to start working again. She can't do that.
I don't think any woman can make that phone call for him right now.
See, look at who's this? BM Dancy?
Only Oprah.
My uncle was knifed and unalived by his girlfriend. Women can be abusive too.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen it. So
I've seen it as well. Yes. I mean, it's not just women who are abused. There are men who are abused daily. So it's not a woman thing. It's, you know, but yeah, there are men who are abused, just like there are women who cheat daily. It's not just men who cheat, you know, so we can't just always say that this is the only time, the only gender that happens.
And do y'all know that, and I don't want to get stuck on Megan and Major's relationship, but do you know when they got together, her husband, well, ex-husband, was wanting her back?
He was trying to get her back. Yep.
He said,
he was.
He said, I made the biggest mistake divorcing her. I want her back, baby.
Yep.
He said, I need that good man.
Look, Megan is a good girl, but Megan was like, look, I could not. My dad was a preacher. I grew up as a PK. I would never be a PK. I mean, a preacher's wife, okay? Because
Well, she said that
that's
she
too
felt
much.
unprotected because he allowed his church members to judge her. You know, she was
Absolutely.
Either.
He
Now,
used
he
to
didn't do that.
he used to defend her though. I remember I saw him defending her.
because they talked about how she was just. But like, who want to be? You know, church women. I swear, Jesus, man, Lord, I can't do it. They most judgmental mofos in this world.
They are. Yep. I grew up
talking about you should be
you're under too much scrutiny being a preacher's wife.
Yeah, and she's an actress.
That's a lot.
Exactly. And a model.
You should be
And
dead.
a model. Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't take your judgmental ass on somewhere.
So judgmental. So judgmental. I mean, as a child, I was, we were judged by how we carried ourselves just because my dad was the minister, and I was like, look, that's him, not me. I was the rebellious child, y'all. I was the rebel in my family. I was like, no, I'm not doing that because they want me to do it. No.
He didn't deserve her back anyway. A man that divorced his wife over what people say and think, he don't deserve her.
Exactly.
You ain't protect me now. You want me back? Boy, back.
Yeah, then he gonna bring his simple self to this camera and crown camera. Boy, bye.
Right. Right.
He's like, I made a mistake. Oh no, I made a mistake. They said Megan has her own production company. Did y'all know that?
But what is she producing?
I mean, let's find out because you know what? Let's see.
I thought that they were so cute together.
I did too. I was so disappointed.
Yes, they were very cute.
I was so disappointed.
But she didn't want the divorce. He wanted it. He didn't want to file for divorce with her. You don't get to file for a divorce with me, divorce me in front of the world, and then want me back. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Nope.
You just told the world you don't want me, and now I'm supposed to come back to you? Boy, bye.
He probably felt some kind of way because she didn't beg. Because when he filed for divorce, they were showing one day that she didn't respond to it. She just gave him the divorce and didn't respond in words.
Baby, and that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Exactly.
Exactly. Walk away.
I agree. I'm gonna do the same thing. You don't divorce me, and listen. Begging for men days are over. If you're still chasing and running behind a man and begging for him, something ain't right with you, for real. Because listen,
exactly.
People used to do it back in the day because they needed a man to pay their bills. You know what I mean? They needed the financial help. Women are making more money or just as much as men these days. Who you running behind these days? Come on now.
Absolutely. Yep.
Please, they headaches most of them any damn way. What you gonna beg a man? A man, he didn't ask her for a divorce. He served her with divorce papers. She was supposed to beg after that. Come on now.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading a comment. Did Tamara go back to her husband? Who are you talking about, Tammy baby? Who is Tamara?
I know she's talking about the lady that divorced the man that the twins, the female twin.
Yeah, I don't think she did. Well, I don't know.
What's her name?
Tia and Tamara.
Tamara.
Tamara. She's talking about Tamara.
Oh,
was it Tia who left? I think it was Tia, wasn't it?
It was Tia. Yeah,
it was Tia.
No, I don't think they got back together. They said they shared. They was caught sharing a hug and like a little smirk with each other. But they don't mean that they got kids. But I mean, if he take her back, something wrong with him because she dogged him, in my opinion. She embarrassed him. She said he was broke and everything.
Really?
Yeah, she actually did. She actually did to him what Devon Franklin did. Kind of divorced. Well, she didn't bring a good reason public. We don't know what happened behind the scenes.
Yeah. They said Megan is also really good friends with Columbus Short, and he went through something similar years ago. He was on Top Show Scandal and headed toward big things and never really bounced back. Well, I mean, we don't know if he's gonna come back, but somebody said, I think it was one of the newscasters. They said it's gonna take about 10 years for another big brand company to, put their trust in him like that. Now he'll get other roles, I'm sure, But for the big box people to pick him up, it's gonna take a while for this to blow over. But he's
He
young.
lost
He's
a lot.
34 years old. Oh yeah, he lost a lot.
He lost a lot. Yep. He lost a whole lot. So
That man look like he 50.
Yeah,
he
he
does.
looks way older than 34.
Yeah.
He really do. He really does.
Yeah,
Way
he
older than
does.
34.
Yeah.
When they said he was 34, I'm like, 34? Where? That joker is way older than 34.
Mm-hmm. He looked way older.
Somebody said he's cute to me. Oh, Columbus Short. Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, well, the thing about it is he hey, he gotta go through this. You know what I'm saying? He gotta go through it. You know.
But I don't, because of how much he lost. I keep, but I guess she's looking at it differently. Jail is jail for her. But I mean, it wasn't a slap on the wrist because he lost everything. He lost his
Yeah.
livelihood, and he's got to do this. So perhaps they took that into consideration when they were sentencing him, that
But the thing
he's
about it
already
is,
lost a lot.
she don't think that he got enough. She don't
Right.
think Grace Jabari don't think that his punishment was good enough.
Yep, she doesn't.
Because if she did, she would have, in my opinion, I feel like she would have been like, well, you know what? I'm glad that he, I'm satisfied with the verdict or whatever. And I just hope that he healed and continue to move forward and never treat another woman like this again or something like that. But she's like,
Right.
he'll offend again. But look at her.
That lady is a woman scorned.
She is. Oh, she is so scorned. Mm-hmm.
She's a drunk scorned.
That's it. And probably a drug addict too.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those encounters involve drugs by both of them.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if he was known for being an abuse. I mean, a substance abuser or not. But she looks okay. You see that picture of her right there? She don't look like that no more.
A lot of them look like a lot of them are cane heads.
And she's 31.
A lot of them snort cocaine.
31. Wow. Yeah.
She looks older than 31.
But wait a minute, on that picture that I just put up there, let me put up another one because that picture right there, she's 31. But look at this one right here. Hold on. She look older than 31 to me. Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah, she does.
In that picture, she looks young, but I'm about to show you another picture. So she done been through some things too now, baby.
There's some type of substance abuse going on.
Yeah, I think so.
These people snort for fun. That's a pastime, like a cigarette.
That's why I know. So many of them in Hollywood that do, and you wouldn't know it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now let me ask you this: was she anything? And somebody said earlier, she was just like a Becky or something normal or whatever. But was she of any substance before this? Like a model, I think she was, right?
She was supposed to be an actress. I never heard of her.
I never heard of her until this.
Hold on, let me put this picture up because she looked a little older. But stress can make you look older too, though.
Mm-hmm.
She probably was a starving actress. And in this case, even though the video got him convicted, the video actually helped his image some too, for us to see this woman chase him like that.
Yeah, I felt like that too. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It did.
Well, she probably like, look.
Look at the comment.
all I took from him, and he leave me.
Or
more. He was supposed to stay.
Look at D. Thomas's comment.
She said, "I wonder if he's her first black meat ever." Well, now did she look 31 on there to you? I thought she looked a little older. Maybe it's her hairstyle, because he definitely looked older than 34. Definitely looked older than 34.
Yeah, he does.
So she's 31 and he's 34.
Yeah, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Well, if he was her first piece of black meat, honey, she still wanted it. That's all I got to say. She still wanted that meat. She wanted that meat, baby, and she mad because he giving it to Megan. From what y'all saying, if he giving it to Megan.
I don't know. That whole situation is a little weird. I don't know. I'm like, of all people, that's who she dates. Come on, it doesn't. Yeah.
Well, I'm putting my money on. I think that they in a real relationship, y'all. That's me.
You
I'm
think
saying.
they are?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, maybe.
Why do you think they are?
Because I just don't think. I think okay. So it takes a certain caliber of woman to be a faker. I don't take Megan Good as being a faker. Not her.
Right.
Listen,
But do they really talk about their relationship
They
though?
are trained actors and actresses.
True that.
It's supposed to look real.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? Then they doing a damn good job of it then because I just don't think and he looked like he got a mandingo. Oh my God, she all in it. Why? Because of his facial features or something?
He said it looked like he just got
Well, I'm here to tell you, looks are deceiving, baby. You can't just say that now.
Oh, y'all some freaky dinks, honey.
He looks like he's got a big piece, but he looks like he'll talk about how great he is right afterwards. Ain't nobody got time for all that.
Oh,
well, I mean, he did. You heard him in there. Listen, listen to him again. He said, "I'm a great guy." Hold on, where he at? I am a great guy. Okay, hold on. He said,
"Hell, ain't it?"
Listen,
I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
The ex-girlfriend secretly recorded the argument in 2022.
I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world.
Oh, he said not just for me, but for my culture. And for the world. He ain't say for us. Yeah, you notice that? I am a great man.
Now
He
look
put
at that
emphasis
picture of
on
her.
a great man. I have done great things, not for just myself, but for my culture and for the world, baby. You better get it. He ain't say for us, like them.
I know I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
The ex-girlfriend secretly recorded the argument in 2022.
I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in.
The defense rested its case.
That is actually the position that I'm in. Like, he's so arrogant. Who says I am a great man? Oh my gosh. How many black girlfriends he had before Megan?
Now, while it does sound crazy, I do feel like context is important too. And because we only have that little clip, I would like to hear the whole thing before I would reserve an opinion about that until I heard the whole thing. It does sound crazy now.
Listen, that man sound nuts because why would you tell a white woman that you want her to be Michelle Obama and Coretta?
Right.
If I wish that I could have just jumped in her body at that time, I would have said, Ninja, do you see what color I am, bro?
Absolutely. That's what I was saying. The whole situation was dysfunctional because there's no way. Listen, you're not going to tell me if I'm dating a white man, you're not going to tell me that you need me to be like Meryl Streep.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
How much sense does that make?
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I ain't got time.
I agree.
I need you to act like Diana, like Princess Diana. Like,
yeah.
I wish you might tell me that.
Oh, y'all some freaky.
Hey, what did she say? Let's listen because he said it. Hold on, let's see what she said.
Without calling Jonathan Majors to the stand, but the actor also big they will consider this forth in the event where Majors is accused of pushing when he couldn't get inside.
The doorman to help us. They let me in.
I think it's in the beginning.
That she'd gone out partying.
Hold on, y'all.
Jonathan.
It's a bizarre rant as actor Jonathan Majors berates his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. Majors is upset that she'd gone out partying.
Do you really know, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan?
He then tells Jabari that she needs to emulate two iconic.
Now, I didn't find anything wrong with how dare you come. Listen, he said, do you really love me? Do you really love me? How dare you come and disturb the peace of our home? I don't have no problem with that.
He said, how dare you come home drunk?
I don't have no problem with that statement right there now. That one I don't understand. She disturbed the peace because she drunk.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's
women.
Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
I know I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm
No,
sorry.
The ex-girlfriend secretly
She said, I shouldn't have gone out, man. I wonder what she said when he said that. Do you know who that is? You know who that is? And she said, I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone out.
Does she even know who Coretta Scott King is? Let's be honest. I'm
But
just
he asked her, do you know who that is? Hold on. He asked her,
He's
do you
a
know who that is?
phenomenal actor.
She didn't answer the question.
Hold on, let's go back.
We have a plan.
I'm
He then tells Jabari that she needs to emulate two iconic women.
Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
I know I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
The ex-girlfriend secretly recorded the argument in 2022.
I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in.
The defense rested it.
You know what? I do want to hear the whole conversation. Don't
That's
y'all?
right, Lady E. Look at Lady E.
What'd she say? What was said before?
I got
that?
to hear the whole context.
Was recorded, but I think she had the whole reverse recording in church. I mean, not in church, in court, right? Major.
They probably did, but we didn't get to hear it.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, I want to see. Here it goes. All right, I'm gonna play it for y'all. Hold on.
You single? Maybe you're divorced.
Yeah, that was oxymoronic, Zancy.
Okay, here it goes. You hear it? Hold on. Let me pull up the let me pull up the. Here it goes. All right, hold on. Here we go. Listen, y'all.
Sounds like it. Sounds like she is British, Zancy.
Period. This is period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really know this? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk to disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Rachel's gonna get a commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't.
No, you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
No, I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm
No,
sorry.
let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my trauma block, all that said, right? And I'm not saying I'm a great man.
Okay, so listen. He said I'm a great man because he said my temper. Did you hear him say that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, you know
I
what?
didn't
Hold
catch
on.
that before. Wow.
Yeah, let's go back. And he said that her friends should see her in a different status. Let's go back a little bit, y'all.
Period. This is period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really know this? Do you really?
Yes.
How dare you come home drunk to disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Rachel's gonna get a commission. You know what I mean?
What did he say? I believe Major.
I couldn't make out what he was saying.
I think he said, I need your friends to know what job I'm on and say, oh, I think Major is something, is out of commission or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I won't.
No, you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
No, I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm
No,
sorry.
let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my trauma block, all that said, right? I'm not saying I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I worked, and that's the situation. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately. Last night, 2 nights ago, you did not do that. You did not do that. Which took away from the plan. And the plan is everything. If it was just you in the house drunk, maybe I could have swallowed it. Or I would have been bold enough like, oh, hey, let's go to bed. But I said, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not hungry for the block. Because Grace isn't here. Why? She was drunk. Why else? She was clogged by whatever was going on. You know what I mean? Fine. I can take that. Fine.
Yeah, he seemed a bit controlling, but I will tell you this. His lecture, oh my God, it would drive me nuts. But it sounds like it doesn't sound like what he was saying was a bad thing. He's saying you taken away from the plan. So she wasn't, from what he's saying in this recording, she wasn't 100% on the up and up.
What's the plan though?
What's the plan, right?
The plan, it might be to be a power couple like the women that he named.
Okay,
He's saying, I'm this great guy. I need you to be upstanding as well.
Got it.
But if he's all about, so he talks about the culture, right? He talks about, Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. Why is he with her?
The culture.
Yeah. So why, if he's so all about those things, why is he with her?
With her.
Yeah.
Like what does she know about the damn culture?
Yeah, she's not part of the culture. She's not a Black woman. So why is he dating her? Is it because he thinks having a white girl is going to help him? I don't know.
Maybe he didn't know any white women to name.
Nah.
Tinkers.
I mean, I don't
don't do that.
I'm going to tell you.
I'm playing devil's advocate, right?
I'm going to tell you guys, I honestly believe that he was not physically abusing her, but oh my God, I bet he can talk all night. I know that tone of voice. Yeah. I bet he can just go on and on and on, make you want to jump out of a second-story window.
Yeah, he treats her like a child.
Yeah.
Like
you know what I believe? I believe, like you said, now, of course, we went there, but I believe he verbally abused her, and I believe she seemed like the type that may jump in his face or, because she do get drunk, okay? And he pushes her away like he did as they were running. He didn't know no video camera was after him. If he was abusive, he would have slung her down to the ground. He just pushed her off of him and kept running.
That's right.
And he was running fast.
And he even picked her up to put her in the car.
Yeah, I believe that if he was abusive, I think that we probably would have saw it on that camera. He could have done anything to her. He could have grabbed her. He could have
pushed her down.
Yeah. He pushed her away like, get off me, get off me, get off me.
And him running that fast makes me feel like that isn't his first time having to avoid her.
But I get what you say. I believe he got a mouth. And I believe he knew she was coming behind him.
His mouth is so annoying, Amora, that she probably would rather get hit than to listen to that for 8 hours.
To listen to those lectures.
For 8 hours. I could see him saying, "Look at me when I speak to you." I could see him saying all of that.
He treats her like a father scolding the daughter.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Yep. That's how he sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably belittled her on a daily basis.
Yep.
But if she's getting drunk all the time, maybe that's why.
No, I got the feeling that he's annoying on a sober day too.
No. Not to take away from that. I'm just saying, clearly she has a problem. Because after the so-called abuse, the night of the abuse, she's drunk with some complete strangers at a party in some club, who knows where.
That's true.
That may be her. I don't know. And she probably felt like it's offensive. And she needed to get away from all that. I don't know. Not to make any excuses for either one of them.
Let's go get drunk. I'm sick of this dude at home. I go there and he tells me he wants me to be a black woman.
Right.
It reminds me of that white girl that tell her mom, I want to be a black woman. I want to be a black rapper woman.
Oh gosh.
She's drunk, so that's how he gotta talk to her like that. You think so?
The fact that she was dancing on top of the bar after she said that she was abused that same day was crazy.
Yeah. Do you see D. Thomas?
You gotta talk to drunks like a bad kid.
True.
You gotta talk to drunks like they're bad kids. You should not have done that.
Stop it. Sit down.
Don't you do that no more. You hear me? Behave.
I need you to be a black woman because they don't get drunk and dance on bars.
No, just Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama.
You're right. He didn't say a black woman. He said those two. You're correct.
You know what? I said earlier, he don't want no Keisha. He don't want no Tamika. You hear me? He don't want no Bebe or Ray Ray, honey. He want either a Megan
he don't
or
want the hood rat.
He ain't looking for one of us, okay? He like, I want me a Megan. Bokomosa said, I didn't mean he wanted her to be black, but I am South African black woman engaged to a black African American man. I would walk away before I call a cop on him or do something stupid because I think she said what comes behind it.
The ramifications.
Yeah.
That would happen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so Michelle said her party girl ways were not in alignment with how he was trying to move. He does sound arrogant though.
Yeah, but I do believe that I believe that he knows that he was headed somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? And he's like, if I'm headed somewhere and if you're gonna be with me, you're gonna act the part.
Now, Amora, you brought up the victim statement or the impact statement or whatever they call it.
Right. The impact.
If you listen to the way that she spoke, those were all things that we hear who else say. I was afraid. I was small. He's big. He's intimidating. Who do we hear that from?
White police officers.
There you go. And she knew what she was doing when she made that fucking statement. She knew what she was doing.
Yep. She said his assault essentially left me unable to sleep, unable to eat, and experienced a total loss of self-esteem. When I was with him, I became a different version of myself. I was small. I was scared. I was vulnerable. He is not sorry. He is not accepting responsibility, and he will harm another woman. He will do this again. She said this man believes he is above the law. She wanted him to
fry.
Get punished. She wanted him worse to fry than he did.
Yep. I mean, especially with him having Megan there with him every day. She wanted him to. She wanted him to get a lot more.
And the reason why she said he will offend again, meaning that take him out of society because it will happen again. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
If they would have came back with 20 years, she would have been happy.
She would have been happy.
They wasn't going to give him that. It was a damn misdemeanor. Right. I think at the most he probably would have gotten is a year to 5 years or something like that.
But we're talking about white tears, and this also reminds me of stories that we've heard about slaves who rejected the mistress and how she wants to have him punished. How many times have we seen that play out in movies or television shows about our history in this country concerning Black men?
So she left today mad because she's like, that's all he got? Are you kidding me?
Yep. The punishment wasn't good enough. The punishment wasn't severe enough.
Yeah. Not for her.
Just some lashes.
What'd you say?
He needed some lashes.
Right.
Take him out to the whipping post.
And yeah, and she's humiliated as well because these
Yeah,
things didn't show her in the best light either.
right. Yeah, and
Mhm.
them white tears
Yep,
didn't do what she thought they were gonna do.
they were gonna do. Even though he lost all of his, his entire career, that still wasn't enough for her.
Right.
And some women, I mean, some women walk away very bitter. I was very happy to be out of my situation, y'all. My ex-husband got married 3 months after we got divorced, and I remember when I got the phone call that he was getting married, and I was hurt for probably 2 hours that day. I'm not kidding. I was really in my feelings, and then I thought, you know what? I feel sorry for whoever she is. I was like, I feel sorry for whoever she is. And I just went on with my life. I didn't want to get back at him I just wanted my freedom, and I just wanted to be able to um be at peace in my life. There was a time where I remember every time he came home and the garage would go up, and the feeling that I felt like I wanted to throw up every time that happened when we were still together. I hated being there. And so after I left, I was staying at one of my girlfriend's house for probably a week just to hang out and get away. And the garage opened, and the way I jumped, everybody was like, "What?" And at that moment, I realized, oh my gosh, like even a garage door opening was triggering to me. And so for me, I was just happy to just be gone and to not have to worry about him ever coming home again.
Yeah.
So him been moving on so fast, I expected him to, because he was a cheater, he was all of that. So I I thought, man, I feel sorry for whoever this person is that he's moved on so quickly with.
Now listen, I gotta show y'all this. So you know how when they don't allow the news people in the court, it's always someone there drawing sketches and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So let me show you the sketch. And it's so funny how we're, we gotta see her how she talking, right? Just what you just said, Tinkers. Listen to her. This is her impact statement. Now that's Jonathan right here. And this is her. Look at her. They got her wiping her damn eye.
Wow.
And said he is not sorry. He is not accepting responsibility, and he will do this again. He will hurt other women. This is a man who believes he is above the law, Jabari said in court. And he got his head down, trying not to look at her, but
looking dejected. Yeah.
And then look at the judge looking like, oh, poor baby, like, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. But LaTanya said she was coached. But yes, she looked like she was coached, but she looked like she's crying, right?
Yeah, she does look like she's crying.
Of course she was crying. That's what they always do.
Yeah.
I want to see it. But this picture just says it all for me. I was trying to see was there any more. But this picture says it all because they wouldn't let you in the courtroom or whatever. So I guess they showed just a picture of her in the courtroom. Let me get back to it. I thought it was gonna be more, but look, hold on, is there another one? No. But look, he got his head down and she's reading the impact statement right there, Like, Your Honor, please. I need your help. And I'm not laughing at her, as far as thinking that she was not abused or anything, but like y'all saying, she was cold. She knew what to say. She knew what results she was looking for. And I just don't believe that she got them, but she knew what results she was looking for. I do believe that she wanted him to get more than probation. Because if she didn't, she wouldn't have said all of that, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It will happen again. He thinks he's above, and then why would she say he thinks he's above the law? Why would she say he thinks she's above the law? I mean, yeah, he thinks he's above the law. She said that because she was talking directly to that judge.
Right.
Yep.
Your Honor,
Yep.
he thinks that you won't do shit to him.
That's right. Yep. So show him. Prove him. Prove me right.
Yeah. Prove me right.
Prove that you would do it. Come on, show him up. He thinks you're not gonna do shit. Let him see you do it, Your Honor. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sit down somewhere. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. But
unfortunately,
said that it'll definitely come out if if he really is the person that she says he is.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It'll come out.
It
Did
will.
any other women come forward? Because this would be the time that they would have.
No one's come
You
forward to
know,
say anything.
Yeah.
no other woman came forward.
No other woman's. Mm-mm.
I bet when that civil suit comes, some women come out. I have a theory. I feel like that they should stop letting people sue folks civilly
Yes.
for assaults if they're not suing them criminally first, because I just feel like that a lot of people are coming and getting money out of people, and
Yep.
I could literally go and say Diddy did something to me right now and get a suit if
Mm-hmm.
I was in New York around the time that I said it. So I just think that that they should change the laws about everyone going to get money without criminal charges.
Yeah. And then but didn't OJ was found innocent, right? Well, he was acquitted, right?
Right.
Yeah, he was
Right.
But the family still sued him civilly and got money. So
A lot of it.
I don't agree with that. Like the man was acquitted. So what is he paying you for?
I don't
Right.
know. That was weird to me. That how
Yeah.
That was.
can they find you not guilty, or should I say, they acquitted you for it? They said if it don't fit, you must acquit, and then all of a sudden now you're responsible
Yeah.
financially.
Financially, yeah. Like it
I don't
just
get it.
didn't make sense unless they made some type of agreement on the back end.
No, it's a lot
Like
of
we're gonna
people
exonerate
coming.
you, but you're gonna pay these people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who are coming for people civilly and they aren't even pursuing criminal charges. Now, I find it
Yeah.
strange that I'm saying, hey, you assaulted me, you owe me money. But guess what? If you assaulted me, I want you to go to jail for
I want you to
assaulting
go to
me.
jail. Hmm.
Why am I not trying to get you to go to jail, but I only want your money? I find that strange.
Like Cassie and Diddy.
Oh, but
I
that's
guess
so.
you figured
Right.
like the
I want to
damage
be
was
paid.
done, it's been years ago, but you're gonna pay your retribution. Like you're gonna give me my money.
Yeah, like you're gonna pay me for my pain and suffering. I dealt with you. I don't want to see you in jail, but I put up with a lot of your shit, so I want some of that money.
But
She
she
probably
that
feels like she helped him build it. I mean, they were together for 10 years now.
Yeah, they worked together for a long time. I feel like he owes her some money.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
I feel
Grace
like a lot
Jabari,
of
they
that
were
stuff.
only together for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that 2 years ain't nothing, but she act like she endured the way she in that crying in court and shit. She act like, I mean, 2 years you can endure a lot, but she act like all my life I've had to fight. Like, girl, come on.
This is not to change the subject, but this is what I feel about all the Diddy witnesses. I feel like that if I sleep with a sugar daddy, I wouldn't want to do it. I'm going to tell you that right now. But if I was doing that for money and then I changed my mind later and I hate what I did, I shouldn't be able to sue him if I agreed to do that. But now I'm not happy with the results. I
Mhm.
don't agree with him. I think he's a monster. But some of
He's a
those people
monster.
agreed to go and do these things, and they're suing him when they kept coming every day to do it again.
And most of them were compensated. So
Exactly.
if not all of them, they all received money for the favors that they performed. So I mean, what's the problem? Why are you now saying you've been raped? Unless of course you were and you did something that you didn't agree to do, or they forced you to do something that you didn't agree to do.
But if you were raped, why did you come back again tomorrow?
That's right, QC. Okay,
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, on this picture right here, this was back in December, but look how the judge, whoever drew this, just have a sense of humor. Look how the judge is looking at her, on this
All
stand.
sympathetic, yeah.
Like, oh my God, my
And
sister. Like,
have
why?
y'all noticed something about this picture and the last picture? How they have them
I'm
sitting
looking
high
down.
and him sitting low, looking dejected. Look at
Mm-hmm.
put up
Yep.
the last
Every
picture.
time. Yep. His head is down.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it's like he's
I
bowing
noticed
down to
that.
master.
Yeah, that does look sad. That's a sad look.
Look at both pictures.
Hold
Yep.
on.
Where
Both
she
of them.
where she was
His
standing
head
up.
down. Yep.
Where is it at? Let me see. Hold on. Right here.
Yeah. Now look how low he is and look how high they are.
If it stopped doing its thing. Hold on. My computer be tripping sometime, y'all. Well, you can see it right here, but yeah.
Yeah, you can see it there.
Yeah, it look like she's standing over, like she's standing.
Yeah.
I think it might be just how the person drew it, maybe.
His life is in their hands.
Somebody said when he was coming out, they said, Megan, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the verdict? And she just kind of gave a look like, she didn't say anything, but she gave a look like, what the F do you mean how I feel? And no matter what she would have said, they would have said something to her about
Yep.
Exactly.
Sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them.
Yep.
But the one thing they can't do, they can't manipulate nothing. Yeah, cutesy.
Yeah. I'm just sitting up here looking at the thing and I'm not I'm not saying nothing about this, but this was the evidence that she showed that he abused her in the car. And I'm just sitting up here thinking, and I'm not saying that this is not abuse, but what I'm saying is, was he supposed to go to jail for this? Like what? Okay, anyway, let me stop.
Her swollen finger.
Yeah, he pulled her finger, so he tried to get his phone from her. She read a text message that the woman said, "I wish I could just kiss you right now."
So she was running after him for her own phone or for his phone?
His phone. He snatched his phone from her and took off running.
And she went chasing after him for his phone.
Yeah, I mean, she probably like, you supposed to be my nigga.
But that's just
I am your Coretta Scott King and you are mine.
Are you going for rock? I thought we was in this together.
But I'm just saying, like, that doesn't give victim to me. It just, how are you gonna chase me for my phone? If I had your phone, I could maybe understand, but you are not getting your ass whipped by this guy and you're gonna chase him down. I don't see that. And you had somebody there, a witness, the driver. That's not making sense to me.
And I think the driver did say that there was an altercation back in the back seat. He said that he wasn't really paying that much attention, but he do believe that there was some hitting going on. And I can't remember if he said that she hit him or he hit her, but I do believe
he said that she hit him. The driver said that she hit him.
Oh, she did
initially.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I do remember him saying something that he witnessed something, but he didn't quite, know.
And if they were scuffling over the phone, then it could sound like they were hitting each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she's from British. She was a British actor and dancer.
Oh, okay. So maybe her name is known over where she is.
Jabari.
Yeah,
you said what now?
I couldn't imagine fighting someone about their phone. However, she was drunk too, though, so that changes things.
Yeah.
And then he didn't stay at home that night. He went and stayed in a hotel. And he came back the next morning. She laid out in the closet with her pants half down. Now, somebody said that they think that it was a setup from her. That she set him up knowing that he was going to find her like that. And she wanted to be like thinking that somebody attacked her or something.
I'm telling you, these people,
what I didn't understand is
actors and actresses.
Why he called the police instead of trying to wake her up or at least pull her damn pants up.
He might not have known what was going. He might have just not known what to do with that.
Now, what does she say about that particular situation? Did she say he did?
She said he knocked her out or choked her or did he hit her or something? He knocked her unconscious is what she tried to say.
So where was the bruising? Because that's a white woman. She definitely would have had a
that's the bruising right there. That's it.
She had what?
That is the bruise. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's another one. Hold on.
Yeah, because I mean, that's a big guy over her.
That one right there, too. A cut on her ear.
Girl.
That was a bruising.
if he knocked her out like with a closed fist, how did he knock her out?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
That's not making sense. Because if
I
he
don't
did
know.
it with a closed fist or even an open hand, she definitely would have had more damage than that.
Yeah, she can't sustain any type of real altercation with a man that big. He looks like a big old man from that movie Amistad. Like that's a big dude.
How did she get the slash behind her ears?
I don't know how she got the slash behind her ear. Like what?
Yeah, like what happened to get the slash behind her ear?
Unless he pulled her, you know, did he pull her ear? I don't know.
Amora, read Kimberly's comment.
Kimberly says, so the driver didn't hear a whole fight going on. He was definitely minding his motherfucking
business. Yeah, he was.
Hey, something that we all need to practice, right? We need to be like the damn driver. Hey, I ain't seen it, I don't know.
Like that's the epitome of minding your own motherfucking.
Imagine how much stuff drivers actually hear and security sees. They probably be like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
They probably mind their motherfucking business though. They probably like, I ain't see nothing, didn't hear nothing.
Right.
And don't know nothing. Hell no, don't ask me. No, he didn't. He was like, I know it was an altercation going on back there, but
I couldn't tell
I
you.
don't know who started it. All I know is, you know, somebody said she was drunk.
I agree with Lady E. She was drunk and hurt herself, and then try to put that on him.
And then look, Lady E said, I had a drunk night and fell and hurt my hand. You had a drunk night, girl.
Ooh, child.
But that was the only marks. These are this one and I think in her finger too. Let me see. Did they show that one? Oh, they didn't show that one. But it was her finger was swollen. That right there, her finger and this. Those were her marks. Now, how she got that on the back of her ear, I do that damn know. And that's probably why he was not charged with that particular incident.
Yeah,
because it just didn't even make sense.
It didn't make sense.
The evidence doesn't support a man that big over her knocking her out.
And I was going to say, even the text messages that they have of of them going back and forth. Why didn't she charge any? Why were no criminal charges brought up? Because if she could prove that he really hurt her, then I think something would have come up. What do y'all think? Because nothing came up of that.
But I think when it was going on, her reason for not possibly calling the police because she was protecting him. Remember, she said, I'm not going to go to the hospital, but she was saying he must have, well, from what, okay. So how the text message read, it was something that he did to her, which caused her a very bad headache or something. She was like, I'm just going to take pain pills and try to go to sleep. Y'all don't remember that?
It doesn't prove that he made her hurt herself. She could have told him earlier in a conversation, hey, I twisted my ankle today while I was at work.
Right.
So you trying to say, so her text message and the way they read could have been but then he threatened to kill himself though. He literally said, I want to commit suicide. Let me get those.
But why did he say he wanted to commit suicide?
Because I think that he was trying to say he was a bad person. He admitted himself, like, I'm a bad person. Like, I know hold on.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at She Be Super. Look at her comment.
Okay, hold on.
She says the accusations of abuse go back a decade by several women. There was even a male college mate that said Major slapped him, allegedly. He has a history of troublesome behavior.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me get these damn texts.
Oh, I'm gonna have to Google this because I didn't know that any other women said anything.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But why weren't they in court?
Tammy Baby says she hit her head on the car when he was putting her in the car.
Oh.
So maybe her ear caught the when she bumped her head, maybe the earring, because did you see how sharp the back of that earring was?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it cut her.
All right, I'm gonna read some of these text messages because
I agree, J. Lou. I think she set him up.
Okay, look, here's one right here. He said, okay, so look, and I read these before when I did this story before, you guys.
See why over 6 million
Hold
people
on,
switched
how do
to
I
TurboTax
turn this
last year.
off? Oh, right here. Okay. So it's in September, and I'm assuming this is of last year. He said it's just fake, and you have, I fear you, and you have, I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions. And as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation. Even if you do lie, listen, even if you do lie and they suspect something, right? She says, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I want to tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? He says you can't reject love. If there is no real love, it's just lip service. I gave you love last night, and this morning before I got out of bed, meaning I guess sex, I don't know. When you got up, you were not full of love at all. I didn't feel it at all. You could have just given me a hug or walked close to me or asked me if you could give me a hug, not the other way around. It works both ways. I will probably, it says Mill, but he meant Kill myself. It's not really, what he say is not really contemplating anymore. I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I am K'ing myself soon. I've already put things in motion.
Both of them
Oh,
crazy.
Wow.
yeah, he's definitely
Crazy.
mentally ill.
Oh, wow. And again, why is Megan with? Okay.
And then he says, I feel like you want to be together as into not embarrassing yourself for everything that you said to your friends and family. Last night, I considered K'ing myself versus coming home. You said you needed love last night, and I put my feelings aside and tried to give you that. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man that I don't deserve it. Or should just K myself. This way of existence is miserable. I want to die.
I still don't hear him admitting to abuse, but I do hear mental illness though.
I do, yeah.
And that's why he was,
absolutely.
and that's manipulation too, y'all. But that's why I believe that he was sentenced to a year of mental health abuse treatment, and the intervention program, the batter intervention program, basically anger management. But this is the finger. But this is after he tried to get his phone from her. So, and then this is the ear. Yeah. So he told her he wanted to off himself several times in these text messages. So these text messages were read in court. And the one that says, I will not go to the doctor if you don't feel safe with me doing so, or don't trust me. I promise I will never mention you, but I understand your fear. So in a text message, something was going on. You understand what I'm saying?
Something was going on for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And he kept saying, now in the message you heard him say, I am a great man, but in the text message he says, I am a monster, I am a horrible man, not capable of love.
Wow.
So something ain't right. And like you said, whoever said it, if he's the monster that he even said himself that he is and stuff like that or whatever, it will definitely come back again. You understand what I'm saying?
It will.
We will be hearing something about Jonathan Majors again. Because even though the text messages may not have gotten him convicted of nothing, you can't just brush this over. A man is telling you he's a monster for a reason. Why? Why is he telling you he's a monster?
I wouldn't want to be with. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like bipolar to me.
And I've never been with a man that said that he's gonna off himself soon. Like I'm just gonna do it because I've already got things set in place. I've never met a man that threatened that I dated. Let me take that back. I have met a man, but not that I've dated, like soldiers, or whatever. but not one that I've dated. I've never had a man that I dated to say something like this. What about you guys?
I have not. This sounds like bipolar to me.
I did in college, and it scared me.
Oh, you did? Did he actually do it?
No, he didn't do it, but he really did have like a lot of mental issues. And he threatened to do it. And yeah, so we got him some help. He ended up having to because I went to school in Florida and he was from New York. He ended up having to go back. He went back home to New York because he was just mentally he was incapable of handling college. But he said if we broke up, he was gonna kill himself, and that scared the crap out of me. So I told, and I'm glad I did.
Well, Outlaw said, she said, in my opinion, hey, Outlaw, she said, in my opinion, is that at least he admitted to her about himself. Basically, like, at least he told her, I'm a monster. I'm incapable of loving, love.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I think about. If a man tells you that they will kill themselves over you, your life is at risk. And that is not the relationship for you, because if a person doesn't value their own life, why would they value yours?
Value yours, because they're gonna take you with them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's what scared me. I was like, I'm calling. I'm gonna report this.
But do you think, like, I mean, and I do say it was manipulation too, because they want you to feel sorry for them. Oh, I'm just gonna, because they want you to say, please don't, no, tell me, what should I do? I'm here for you. I love you. Please don't. We love you. We need you here. Like, they need to hear that bull crap.
Yeah, part of it is manipulation. Because they want you to feel sorry for them, and so that you'll stay.
And he says, I've already put things in motion, meaning, well, you can't stop me. I already got things, lined up. I already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
like, well, how do you even respond to that? What do you say to a man to tell you, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and off myself, and yeah.
Call and have them committed for 72 hours.
That's what I did. I was like, I'm calling.
Because the more you know how they do in the military. You say some crap like that, what they do to you?
Yeah, you're gonna have 72 hours in the hospital, no doubt.
And they have somebody watching you. Like, you can't do nothing.
Sure will.
They literally have somebody sit there and watch you, just watch you.
Wow.
So you know who's serious about it and who's not. And usually, people who are suicidal, when they're really suicidal, they're not going to tell anybody. They're going to carry it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you won't even know.
Exactly. You won't even know. They're just going to do it. Yep.
So on this one, she said, it says she grabbed his phone and turned away from him to look at his phone. Jabari claimed he tried to retrieve the phone, and that's when he became physically violent. She says, then I felt a heavy thump on top of me. It was the weight of his body. She claimed on the stand he was trying to pry the phone out of my hands. When that wasn't successful, he took my arm behind my back. I felt excruciating pain. I felt a blow to the right side of my head. I just felt a hard impact to the back of my head. I felt a lot of pain. So I sat back, and that's when he got the phone out of my hand. I wasn't focused on the pain, though. I was trying to figure out who the woman was, and that's why she ran behind him.
Girl, there is no way
that you want to know who a woman is, and he just bopped you upside.
I'm getting my behind tore out the frame.
I'd be like, fuck you and that woman. I'm out.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because who wants this big Amistad Negro to hit you upside the head? Let's be honest.
And she said, he has a violent temper. I was trying to get away from him. We have 3 bedrooms, and we were in the master at the time. He was throwing things very close to me, and I was doing my best to calm him down. But if he got a violent temper, why she running behind him? Oh, a goddamn phone.
Right.
Yeah.
She crossed streets for this nigga. I mean,
over his phone.
She crossed the street for him.
Yeah.
He got a car for him.
She chased that big Negro all around town.
Because she wanted to know who the female was. Like, come on. He in the industry.
I'm telling you. And then she was hot on his trail. He had to pull the burners out. And Joe had to pull the burners out, baby, and get away from her.
She said, sounds like she has a violent temper. She got something. I think they both, I don't know. I don't think that she was as afraid of him as she's trying to make it seem like she was so scared. Because why are you chasing him for his phone?
Lady E said
because she wants to know.
Heels after his ass.
But he said they was broken up. She ran a marathon in heels after his ass. She wanted to know.
She said, "Yeah, that had to be 100 meter for the 100 meter record."
She's like, "You come back here." And then when he left and came back, and she was with them people, she tried to come after him again.
When Michelle,
like, wait a minute, there you go, there you go.
Michelle said,
"My abusive ex-husband always did that, and even drove to a bridge and got out. What? I jumped in the driver's seat so fast."
Oh, wow.
That's when I heard his kid. She said, "I was pissed when I heard his." You're so wrong for that, Michelle. You are so wrong for that. Are you trying to say you wanted him to carry out his threat? Is that what you trying to say?
Lord have mercy, honey.
Like, damn. Ain't somebody talked his ass out of it. I'm done, Michelle.
Look, J. Lou said the same thing. This sounds like drugs and a person who is coming down from their mix with a little bit of mental health issues. Yeah, I think it's substance abuse coupled with mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they both are mentally ill.
Yep.
Can you imagine? Wait a minute. A man driving to the bridge. Oh no, I'm not getting in the car with him no more.
You ain't gonna blame me. I'd have left his ass too. You're not gonna blame me.
He drove to a bridge and got out. I'm done because I'll be like, where we going? I'll be like, oh hell no. Get me out this phone. I wouldn't get in the car with him no more, y'all. Woo! Jesus, girl, I know you glad you done with that relationship. I would not have. That would have been one time and one time only. I swear to God, I wouldn't have got in the car with that joker no more. Hell no, he got out. I'd be like, where you
Michelle, you gotta drop the link for Michelle. Drop the link for Michelle because we need answers.
Right.
I got more questions. How did he get home? How far away was this bridge? Did he hitchhike? Like what? Girl, we need to know this full story.
Oh, don't tell nobody that. She said I had a sprained ankle too. I drove like a NASCAR.
Michelle, you gotta get on. You gotta come on the platform, girl, because we gotta hear this whole story.
She said, I left him so. You left him on the bridge. How the hell did he get home? Did he call an Uber? Oh my God. She's like, honey, I'm home. She's like, God damn it. Did I leave you on the bridge?
Look, J. Lou said to hell with this story. You playing bingo?
Yes, I'm playing bingo.
She said she done heard enough. Let's get this money. Let's get this shmoney.
Y'all, this is funny. Somebody just sent me something. This shit is funny. I can't even put it up here because this ain't even the type of laugh we need right about now. But this shit is funny.
Gosh.
Oh Lord,
give us a hint.
I can't.
Okay, all right.
I can't. But I'll send it to you though. I can't.
Yes,
that's funny. But anyway, y'all. So anyway, Jonathan, I ain't gonna say he got off good because he did lose everything. However, Jonathan got probation. But at least it's over with because you know what? What's that guy named that's still facing them charges? He ain't even facing the charges, he's waiting to be sentenced. What's his name? The liar. Juliet or whatever. Smollett.
Oh,
he's still waiting.
Man, he's still trying to get out of them damn 6 months. He do not want to do 6 months. He should have been done by now.
He would have been done by now. Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't want that hung on my head. I'd be like, Your Honor, can you go on again? I think he want house arrest. That's what he's trying to ask for, house arrest.
Gosh.
But I wouldn't want to be there either, though. Shit, would you? But I would have done it. I don't know, man. 6 months.
My God.
But this has been going on since like 2017, 2018? 2018? Yeah.
No, it wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
He just got sentenced just recently, though, right? Like last year.
But that happened like back in 2018, I believe.
Was it? Hold on, let me see.
Google it. Yep.
All right, Michelle, you got to tell us this story, girl. What happened?
Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you, girl.
Okay, I'm coming down. Well, not coming down with something, but I'm a little raspy, so let me know if I'm going in and out for you. But how is everybody doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. But okay, what is your specific question?
Tinker's got a question for you,
girl. So y'all drove to the bridge, and he just got out the car.
So it's a little okay. So let me just say this. Prior to that incident, it had been threatened before. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll just do this, or if you don't want to be with me anymore, I'll just, kind of the same things that you all, kind of what I'll unalive myself, so to speak, And, so let me just say this. That was my first experience in an abusive relationship. So I never been in one before, never been in one after. So it was never like a pattern. So leading up to those actions, I didn't know what the red flags were because it was nothing I had ever experienced before. So I think sometimes that happens to people too. You're in it before the physical things start happening. So you don't even realize you're in it, but it had been incidents before this, leading up to this. But what happened is this particular night, I had actually sprained my ankle. So I have twins. They're 21 now, but at the time they were young. They were babies. They were still in car seats. And I had sprained my ankle carrying them. And we had gone to the emergency room. So on the way back from the emergency room, he just starts in the car, just on the way home, like, for no reason. He was one of those erratic people where it could go to the left and you didn't know why or how it got there. So we're arguing, he's driving. And then I noticed we're almost home, but then we start going, he takes a turn and starts going another direction. So I'm thinking like, hey, wait a minute now. And in my mind, I'm not trying to get him more upset. Now, let me just say this. And I don't say this and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way because everyone's different and I don't dismiss anyone's experience. But it wasn't a situation where I was just allowing things to happen. Like if somebody put their hands on me, I squared up on you. Like, oh, you want to put your hands on me? Like it wasn't. And it wasn't a situation where I'm not going to get off on a tangent, but the laws, at least here in Maryland, all people who are abusers almost seem like they have more rights than the victim. So it was a huge ordeal just to even prove it. But anyway, he's going in the opposite direction. And I'm like, where is he going? And in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, let me look out the window. Am I going to have to do open the door and roll? I got a sprained ankle. Like, oh, Lord, it's dark, it's late. So if you're from the DMV, I don't know if you have any followers or supporters from the DMV, but there's a well-known bridge that connects Maryland to DC called the Woodrow Wilson Bridge.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I've heard.
And so he drives to that bridge. Now it's late, so it's not a lot of traffic. It's dark. And he pulls over on the side of the bridge. And he's like, well, I might as well just do it. I'll just, okay. Now I had an Expedition. I'm 5'2". I'm short, petite. And I drove back then. I had a big Expedition because I had to have a nice big truck for my two babies' car seats, Man, he jumped out that truck, put out a cigarette. When I tell you I jumped in that driver's seat so fast, my ankle was all sprained. I was like, oh, Lord. And it was my driving ankle.
Oh, no.
And let me tell you something. I was driving that Expedition like it was a Civic, like a little car. I was rolling. Okay.
Did he
I
say,
get.
why'd you leave?
Say again.
Did he say, why'd you leave?
So, well, I get home, and again, Lord, please forgive me, but we're being transparent here. We're being real, and this was a real time in my life. It was almost a relief. Like, you be doing me a favor.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm being very transparent and very real. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I know there may be people that feel offended by that, but that was how I felt in that moment. But I hear that key in the door, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like,
you was like, "What in the?"
Yeah. So he had called a friend of his to come pick him up and brought him back. But the thing is, at the same time, I don't think you should take threats like that lightly.
Yeah.
But it was something he always used as a tactic.
Listen,
you know, and early on, I was that type that would be like, "Oh my gosh, we got these two babies. I can't let him do that," but at that point I was like, you think you're going to manipulate me, and I'm not a punk. I don't just fall for any old thing. So no, that's a tactic, and I'm not falling for that. So okay, you want to jump out on the bridge at this time of the night with your cigarette, there you go. But it never got better. Like, things progressed, and it was hard. It was hard going through the court system and stuff, especially here. I don't know if things have since gotten better in Maryland, but back then it was very hard. Like, for a judge to sit and look at me and say, "Oh," look at him and say, "Oh, well, your wife said you did this. Just take her for a nice dinner." Like, what? I'm sitting here telling you this man headbutt me in my face.
No.
You get what I'm saying? So, but that's another reason why I say you should not take things so lightly. Like when Evelyn came out with Ocho Cinco and said he headbutt her, and people made jokes like, who would do that? Nobody would just headbutt somebody in the face. She's lying. And I'm sitting there like, no, somebody would do that.
Well, he know that it happened, but he also said that she was the aggressor.
That too, which could have been possible. But see, that's the thing. It's so... Even though I've been through things, I'm not that person who just automatically jumps on the side of, that person did it. He did it. Yeah, and I'm even more so, dislike for people to lie on situations like that, because it's not something to lie on. You know what I'm saying? You can really ruin someone's life just because you're upset or just because you're bitter. And I will say this too, and Tinkers, I think it was you. Please forgive me if it wasn't you, but I think you said earlier on in the live that an isolated incident where it wasn't intentional, you don't consider him an abuser. I think you said that.
I didn't say anything about intentional. What I said is, if it was an isolated incident,
right,
I don't feel like you should be classified in
right,
because it happened once, because especially if you don't know the circumstances.
And I agree with you.
Cinco, I wouldn't call him an abuser, because if what we know is true, and we do know that Evelyn was headbutted, and we do know that she has an aggressive type personality.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen that on reality TV, so we know she's aggressive. I don't know in that particular instance if she was aggressive with him. Is there a reasonable doubt? Yeah. So I can't say that man is an abuser, because no woman after her has said that, and no woman before her said it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's an isolated situation. It's an isolated incident. I'm not going to call that man an abuser, because we only know her to be the only victim.
Yeah. I agree with that to a point. Not so much in that situation, but like even in the Jonathan Majors. And again, I'm only going on what I know. I saw other comments in the comment section sharing things that I didn't even know about. Like, I didn't know that there were other people that came and said things. But based on what I knew of the situation, I agreed with that. I think, it's an and this is me, someone who has been through this,
Yeah.
I feel like he was reckless. He may not have meant to hurt her, but he was reckless and it ended up in her being hurt.
In what way was he reckless?
Well, I think in the moment he was upset, and the way he kind of just picked her up and kind of threw her in the thing. And now again, I'm only seeing it from that camera angle that we see it from, kind of away from the street. But like he said, I'm not the arrogance of it all, but like he said, I'm in a position. He said, I didn't ask to be here, but I've worked hard and I'm here. And I think the way he moves now, I mean, we're human. In the heat of the moment, you're going to react. You're just going to react. But I think he has to be conscious of that at all times, you know, and things can be used against you, even the slightest thing, like just walk away, you know, just walk away from the situation, because you just defending yourself could end up in something reckless. She could have attacked him and he could have just pushed her super hard and she fell and bust her head on the concrete. It wasn't intentional, but maybe instead of just pushing her, just try to get away, you know, but your natural instinct, someone's attacking you, I'm getting you off of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think, was that YouTube tickers that said, just everybody keep your hands to yourself. Like just,
that was me. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep your hands to yourself. And I'm a person who, I want to put things on the table. If something's going on, I'm the type of person, let's address it. Because I can get past it. If we address it, let's address it. But I also am a person that knows, you know what? I'm heated. It's not going to be productive. We need to step away for a second and come back to it. You have to know the difference in those times.
Yeah.
You have to know the difference in those times.
But I just feel like with those two in particular, with him, you know, him and her, Jonathan and Grace, there was so much dysfunction.
Oh yeah.
There's so much mental health unaddressed.
Yeah.
Mental health issues, and they just weren't good for each other. You know, I'm not sure who said it earlier, but that was it you, Amora, that said that they just brought out the worst in each other, and they just, you know, sometimes you develop these codependent relationships, and that's what I feel like it was. And so it all culminated until what we saw that night, right? It's just I think it was just a very dysfunctional, toxic relationship, and the whole back and forth, they're together, they're not together, they're gonna break up, I'm gonna kill, you know, I'm gonna unalive myself, you know, all those things, all of it is dysfunctional.
Yeah, it was gonna blow up at one point or another in some form or fashion.
Yep. That's what I said. It all just culminated to the night that we saw.
Yeah.
So I was sitting up here looking at, so it was two more of his exes that came forward. One of them was named, what's the name? Duncan and Hooper. Mora, I think that's more. Anyway, Hooper and Duncan. They came forth and said, one said that he, emotionally and verbally abused her. And the other one said that he emotionally, verbally, and physically abused her. She said that he threw her body across the room, choked her, pushed her on the couch, and said, I am going to make sure that you can have no children. But he denied it, and it stopped there. Like nothing ever happened from those two statements. And then it said 20 people that he was on set with said that he had a temper and used to get into it with female colleagues on set.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. He denied that as well. Or his lawyer, should I say, denied it. But one thing I will say, and I'm not taking up for him by any means, but what I will say is, once one person come out and say that you did this and a third, you know there's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 coming out.
Yeah.
And I just don't believe every last one of them. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm saying, okay, JP, she said I have to drop. Okay, I'm just saying it. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just saying that some people take advantage of situations like this and they jump on the train.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like with Bill Cosby.
Oh my goodness. People were coming out the woodworks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people see, they come out, and some of it be true and some of it just don't. It's just not true.
You remember when he gave his statement during I think it was the grand jury, when he gave his statement, but it was supposed to be sealed. Like they weren't supposed to be able to open that and use it against him, which they did. But I just don't believe, like, you know, to your point earlier, more, I don't believe this is 30, 40, 50 years later and you coming after this 80-something-year-old man. I just feel like, listen, if you didn't address it in 5, 10 years, like, no, you can't come back after that.
Yeah,
and then
like,
we don't know, there was no evidence. And he's another one who was had to pay his you know, he had to pay out money to the quote unquote victims because, you know, and there was no proof. All they had to do was say that it happened to them. And I didn't like that.
And not only that, like, come on, I'm 51. You know, as you get older and stuff like that, you don't remember shit that happened last year. How the hell are you going to remember something that happened 30 years ago or 20 years ago? Like, you might vaguely remember stuff, but come on, you can't tell, like, oh, well, yeah, on Tuesday, I walked in a room and he said this to me, you're gonna get some shit wrong. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even see. I do think that it needs to be a statute of limitation on your goddamn memory. You understand what I'm saying? You should not be allowed to say that this is exactly what happened when it's been over a certain length of time, because all our memories fail us sometime. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. And the thing that gets me too with those, and again, not to discredit or discount people, because there are people who really had real things happen to them and they've kept it to themselves. But when they come out, like you said, these 30 and 40 years later and say, oh, I don't want this to happen to another woman. I'm like, you let 30, 40 years, a lot could have happened to a lot of people.
Exactly. And you don't want this to happen to another woman. Oh my
God. You so concerned, you know, then why now? You know, make that make sense.
Yeah.
Y'all had to jump down.
Okay, and I'm about to end this live anyway because we going on 3 hours already. I didn't even mean for it to be this long. See, and I was supposed to have 2 more stories, but no, I really want to talk about this because it, you know, him just getting his sentence today, and she's not feeling the sentence and stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, he got a year now. So here's the thing: if he the monster that he say he is, within that year,
it's gonna come out.
It'll come out.
It is. Nope, it is going to come out. And I put that in the comments as well. Like, in my situation, in my situation, I was not bitter at all. I wanted to be done, you know, but it was foolishness. And I'm talking up until my daughters were 18, 19. Okay. When you leave a person like that, they try to make your life hell. Okay. Like I said in the comments, I didn't try to paint a bad picture of him to other people. And there were people who were like, oh my God, that's not the person I know. You know, I grew up with this person. But stuff started coming out and people started seeing stuff on their own, to the point where his friends were calling me and saying, Michelle, listen, just please be careful. Like, I'm talking like when you walk out of your house, look around, you know, when you getting out of places, look around, like, please, you know. So people on their own started seeing things. I didn't have to bash him. I didn't have to go, you know, I didn't have to do those things. It comes out. And, you know, some people get older, they mature, they change, they get tired of that shit, you know, and some people don't. Okay. We are damn near 50, and in recent years, like, people after me, it's been the same cycle with him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you just have to pray. I used to just always tell my daughters, you know, and I never badmouthed him to my daughters, you know. I said, I know you love them. You can be a good father. You just a horrible person and husband, you know. But when they started seeing things on their own, I just told them, one thing I did not allow them to even do is to bash him, even though in my mind, I'm like, oh, girl, you right. They was kids. I was like, oh, yeah, you see that already? Oh, you were so right. But I couldn't say that.
Right.
But I would just tell them, that's your dad. Love him and pray for him.
Yeah. That's all you do, you know. That's all you do. But I'm going to tell you this now. When they get older, they'll stay, because
oh, they do. They do. They're 21. I have 21-year-old twins. They do.
They say, Mama, stop. Just stop. You ain't got to do that no more. And you like, well, damn. I mean, you know, okay. Tell me. So they know when you gaslighting them and you ain't telling them the real. They like, oh, stop, mom. I'm not a child anymore. I know what it is or whatever. So we may think we're hiding something or painting a nice picture, putting lip gloss on it, but our kids can see past that shit.
Yeah. And now I never did that either, though. Now, what I will say is I never allowed, I did my best so that it wouldn't affect them. You know what I'm saying? But age appropriate, I didn't lie to them. I was always age appropriate, though. Adult business was not their business. Right. But if they asked me things or there were things going on, age appropriate, I always was honest. You know what I'm saying? But I always kept it age appropriate. Wherever they were at that time, I kept them age appropriate with what I did disclose or share with them. I never talked to them adult business or disclosed everything because it wasn't appropriate.
Right.
But at the same time, they're seeing these things, they're hearing these things, and I didn't want my kids to be, completely naive and oblivious. You know what I'm saying? So, because unfortunately, that was their reality at that young age. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. No,
and I wanted to make sure that they knew this is not right. This is just because you see your dad doing it. This is not what you accept from any man. It doesn't make it right because you saw your dad doing these things.
Right.
It was very wrong. And even when they were younger and early on, and they would, I would do my best not to get physical with him, even to defend myself, because I never initiated anything physical, but I'm going to defend myself. You're not going to just put your hands on me. But it got to a point where one day I knew they could see what was happening, but I said, you know what? They need to know you have to fight back and defend yourself. Right. And I said, I did. And he was doing things and I defended myself. And unfortunately, they were there, but yeah, that's why you and trust me, it was not me staying. The laws were just so jacked up, especially when you're married. Like if you're not half dead or you don't walk in with a bleeding and busted up and whatever, it's hard because you have the burden of proof.
So
I heard that too. Go ahead.
So could you not leave? Did you not have anywhere to go? What were the circumstances that prevented you from leaving?
Okay. So, I'm telling y'all a lot. I'm telling y'all stuff people that don't even know. But
okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, this was a long time ago. But so, just to tell you a little bit, I was a homeowner. I had my own place. He moved into my home, and he wasn't like a deadbeat. Like we worked at the same company, made a good living. He had his own place. But when I got pregnant, it was just, and then find out it was twins. He was like, we both made the decision. You just move in here because we were having twins. I had the home with the, room, the space to accommodate this family we were creating. So when that started happening, I just told him, if you that miserable that you need to put your hands on me, just leave. Just go. And he was like, why don't you just leave? Like, no, and it but I'm gonna tell you something. It got to a point. It got to a point where I literally was like, you know what? I'm about to put my house for sale. I'm not gonna tell him, and then one day he's just gonna come back in here. And it will be gone. But then, and this, again, until you've been through it, things that people tell you about it can sound crazy. But I thought about it. He worked nights. He was home during the day. So I was like, damn, if the agent is bringing people in, he's going to be here. I can't do that. And then I was like, he's the type of person, and this may sound so far-fetched, but I was like, he's the type of person to get back at me for doing something like that. He might try to burn his house down, and it sounds crazy and so far-fetched, but those type of people,
insurance money, and kept it moving.
Will do. Yeah, but you think about it's a townhouse, it's people next door. I don't want other people getting, it's stuff like that. So, I even packed up all his stuff, had it in his car when he came home one day. You know what he did? Walked in, put it back in. And the courts told me, oh, you can't just put him out like that. You would be in trouble because that's an illegal eviction.
Wow.
He could take you to court and sue you.
But what I don't get, and you know, maybe this is a conversation for another day. But what I don't get is if a person don't want to be with you, if they want you out of their house, why don't you just leave? Like, I don't understand.
That's what I said. And I said it so calmly. And when you're dealing, and that's why, and I'm not bringing up past things that we're not talking about anymore, but I saw so many similarities in personality.
The other story.
Yes, I saw so many similarities. And I'm not a person that just throws out narcissists, because I think these days people use it so loosely, but when it applies, it applies.
Yeah.
And it was that type of personality where.
Would you think that Jonathan Majors was a narcissist?
So I'll say this. I didn't really follow that story other than just what I kind of heard people on social media talking about. So it wasn't until you, Amor, showed those text messages. Now, had I not seen those text messages, I would have said, you know, he's very arrogant, maybe a little obnoxious. I wouldn't have gone as far as saying narcissist. But when you showed me those text messages, I said, oh my goodness, manipulation.
Yeah.
The tactics, you know. So I can't diagnose him and call him that, but I do see several things, especially when you showed those text messages. I had never seen those.
Right. Okay.
So I do see, I see a lot of similarities, and you know, we just need to, you know, I see a lot of comments where people are like, oh, I would have just been out, or I would have did this, I would have did that. You don't always know till you're in it, especially sometimes you're in it and you don't even realize you're in it yet because the physical hasn't happened yet, but all the other stuff is already falling into place. And if you've never dealt with it before, you don't know them. You don't know those signs. I had never been in an abusive relationship, so I didn't see the flags until it was too late.
And I think that's kind of why I move a little bit different, because I saw it growing up, so I knew what it looked like. And I'll tell you guys this: there was a guy that my mom was living with, her living boyfriend, and we were leaving his house one night to escape him, and we went to go stay with one of my mom's friends. Well, her husband, I guess they were estranged. I don't know. I don't remember all of it because I was just a kid when this happened. But we went to go and stay the night with her, and her husband broke all the windows, came in the house, and beat that woman to a freaking pulp. So it's just so many images that I have in my head that children should never see.
Yeah.
That always made me say, these are the things that I'm going to accept and what I'm not going to accept. So I know, in your situation, you know, again, I can't say from your standpoint, but from my standpoint, I would just be like, listen, fuck it. You can have the house. If my concern is the safety of myself and my children. So the house, whatever I lose, I'm going to get it back. That's how I think about things. And I would just let him have the house. Okay, you want me to move? No problem. But you're not going to be able to sell this house without my signature. So, you know, I don't know what his response would have been, but I would have left him with the damn house.
Yeah, looking back, those are things I would have. I was in my 20s. I'm 47 now. This was in my 20s. But yeah, like I said, looking back, you look at those things, you know, and what you could have done differently, or, you know, I should have just done this. I should have just, you know, popped these babies out and said, see you back then. I don't know, you know, you know, and never even walked down the aisle, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something, and not to kind of take a tangent, but sometimes we know the answers. And we go to God and we get the answer and we make our own decisions, you know, like none of that was happening prior to marriage. But I don't know. It's like I never was excited about the marriage, you know, and I look back and I'm like, something was telling me, you know, because but I was looking at it like, you know, I do love him, you know, and mind you, before the marriage, there was nothing physical, you know, I do love him. This is the father of my kids. You know, I always wanted my kids to be under the same roof with their mother and father. So that's why now when people come to me, especially young people, and say they're getting married, I will ask them a million times, you sure? You sure? You sure? Not to discourage them or to be negative. I'm a very positive person. But are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And it's not even, are you sure about them? Are you sure about you too?
Yeah.
Because maybe they're dodging a bullet by you saying, I'm not ready. They could be dodging a bullet by you saying you're not ready, you know? So just yeah, listen to your instincts, listen to yourself. When you go to God and say, is this the one? Is this it? And if it doesn't click that it is, listen to that. That's telling you something too.
Yeah.
You know, I got proposed to and a year and a half went by. And he said, so are we getting married? Because I proposed to you and you haven't said nothing about no wedding in a year and a half. And I said, okay, yeah, I guess. You know, like I was kind of just going through the motions. But yeah, just yeah, but like you said, looking back, there were things I would have done differently. And after that, you know, again, never before him and never after him have I had any situation like that. You know, I've always been a good judge of character. And I always tell myself maybe the reason was, and I'm a good person, you know. It was even times I was like, damn God, what did I do? Did I punch somebody in the face? And did I do something? Why am I going through this? But I know that I was meant to have the daughters I have. And he's the only person in this world that could have given me those same two daughters. I could have had twins, named them the same name. It wouldn't have been them. He's the only person. And while I can't stand him as a person, I thank God for him because of them.
Yeah.
They were meant to be here.
Absolutely.
And he's the only person that could have given me those exact two beautiful, amazing daughters that I have.
Yeah.
So that's the blessing in it all. That's the blessing.
If I respond to Miss Foxy?
She said everyone don't think that way at first. Some people can easily leave relationships while it's hard for others. That's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. Well, we're gonna close down. I enjoyed you guys on the panel today, and I enjoyed this conversation. I think it was good, you know, good refresher or whatever for us. And yeah, tomorrow I got another story coming for y'all, but it's not about this, but I think you might like it. So come back at 7 Central, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys. And yeah, I got another story for you.
Thank you for having me, you guys. And Sinkers, thank you for wanting to hear the story behind the bridge.
Yeah, girl.
I love you ladies. Y'all are my girls in my head.
Yes,
I really do. I was literally going back to finish watching your previous live because I started listening to it at work and then I saw you were live and said, oh Lord, wait a minute, you know. So I'm gonna go back and finish that one. But I mean, I just and I know you've heard it a million times already or more, but I mean, we truly do love you and we're here and we stand by you. And like, I look for you. I have never done that before. I have been on my phone like, dang, when is she coming back? What are we talking about now? What's going on now? Like, I go and look for you and I just really enjoy you. And like everyone else has been telling you, like, there's something stirring, you know, and while it may not be clear what it is, yeah, it's something stirring. And it's when it hits for you, it's going to really be amazing. So just keep going. We are here for you. We got your back.
Thank you.
And we ain't going nowhere.
Thank you, Michelle. I do appreciate that so much. And, you know, and I've had people that tell me that in my inbox and, you know, I'm receiving it. Trust me, I'm receiving it. So thank you so much, y'all, you guys, for sticking with me. I'm going to continue my stories. And once I get all settled in, we're going to start up this dating program. Now, the dating, I want people to realize the dating show is not going to substitute me coming on live with you guys. I'm still going to come on live with you guys, but I do want to do a dating show as well. It may not be no every day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she dropped off. But anyway, I'm just letting you guys know that the dating show is going to be something additional. It's not going to take place for me coming and bringing you guys stories, okay? I just wanted to let y'all know that. But look, let's log off because I got some people texting me saying, Amora, we want to play bingo. What's going on? Now, and listen, I don't know if Miss Lady is still in the chat, but if anybody, Miss Lady, if you're in the chat, if you want to drop your Cash App, you can. I don't know if you guys heard, but Miss Lady experienced another fire at her home, and she is currently in a shelter with her and her children. So if she's in the chat and wants to drop her Cash App, she can do so because she is right now in a shelter with her and her 3 kids. If you guys would like to help out. Miss Lady, are you there? Miss Lady, are you there? Well, okay, she must be asleep. Yeah, it is 11 o'clock. Well, no, yeah, I think it is 11 in New York. Well, all right. Good night, you guys. And I will, for those that want to play bingo, stick around. I'm going to end this live and start another one back up. But I'm going to take me a break, give me some orange juice for my throat, and I will be back shortly. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all please thumb up this live. Thumb up this live for me, okay? Good night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.